Good Sunday evening to you. This is the Video Callin Show. Open panel, all welcome to join night. I hope you're all doing well. Want to come on the panel? Stay with us. Hello, hello, hello. How are you this evening? This is a Sunday. This is actually the Sunday Smash 11th episode. That means we've been doing this for 11 weeks since I changed it from the Free for All Friday to the Sunday Free for All Friday, then Manic Monday to the Sunday Smash. And here we are. This is, like I said, the Video Callin Show, that show that invites you to be a live video guest on this program to talk about whatever you want to, especially tonight when any good people, all good people, I should say, are invited to come up on the panel. You need no invitation. That is your invitation. Joining is really easy. All you've got to do, when I get this right, is point your browser to zoom.us, click on join a meeting, enter in that meeting number when it asks for it. There's more instructions down in the description box if you need them. You will show up in my green one, and I will bring you folks up. Normally it's one at a time, first come, first serve, as time allows. But tonight it's everyone. I am your host. Oh, well, that makes sense. I am your host, Jim. And I will be here for probably more than an hour. My job, to facilitate a panel discussion. That's what my job is tonight. How are you, folks? Did you notice I went up a little early tonight? Just a little bit early, perhaps 2.5 minutes. I don't remember exactly when I hit the streaming button. And I had a timer in the, what must have been for you, the upper left-hand corner of the screen. And that is in anticipation of multi-platform streaming, which I'm going to do very, very, very soon. I've almost worked out the bugs. I've got a few more things to do as it pertains to being able to harvest all of those chats. Yeah, Twitch is one of Twitch and DLive are the two that I'm still having a bit of trouble. Now, I can address the chats because the nice thing about Restream is that they have an aggregator which allows me to see all of the chats no matter when, and no matter where they're coming from. Well, I should restate, no matter where I'm streaming to. So all of those sources that I stream to, I actually can see the chats, but I can't interact with them directly, which is what I want to do. I want to bring them up on the screen. Oh, and Construction Crony says, I think Mop Crush is free on Streamlabs now. Interesting. I don't use Streamlabs, but I know that you can use some of their apps to do with what you need it to do. What I'm trying to do, here's the thing. I don't want to put the chat on, the full chat. I don't see any need to. You guys are all looking at it. Let me see. Yes, right over there. Even after this, it's asking for a password. It should not ask for a password. It should ask you for your passcode, which is the meeting number right there. Try it again, guys. It shouldn't be asking you for a password. I have not set it up for password as a password protected room. So I will go through the settings as I sit here. Keep trying. Yes, I'm using vMix Construction Cronies. Tried 6 times. I join. It asks for a password to join. It is asking for a password. Jesus, what did you do? What did you do now, Zoom? All right, let me see. Oh, advanced features. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm already signed in. Really? Ooh, maybe that's why. That shouldn't be why. Look, my stream sucks too. Well, I've had a shitty day today, so this would certainly be apropos. Bear with me, folks. Yeah, I love vMix. I absolutely love it, and they've got a component called vMix Social, but it's limited. It's limited to Twitter. Like I give two shits about Twitter. Um, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and IRC, which I think I can grab an IRC off of different sources. But I want to interact with DLive as well. All right, let me see. Oh, this will be fun. Shit. Okay. No, 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 no. Oh, why, Zoom? Why you hate me? Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at some stuff here. Meetings. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just have to bear with me here. Talk amongst yourselves by all means. This isn't quick. All right. Settings. Meeting. Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Why would it suddenly save? All right. Let me reset that. That's fine. Reset it. Reset. Oh, what are you doing? Okay. Try it one more time, will you? See if it allows you to dial in using that meeting number. Unbelievable. How that would just change. While we're doing that, while we're waiting for someone to call in, let's say hello to Not a Great Gamer. How you doing, buddy? You almost made me cancel this one. Thanks to your pork scratching comment. Drone Kings and Darwin, how you doing? Construction Cronies, good to see you. Was Blind, always a pleasure to have you here. Yana, welcome to the show, hon. Good to see you. Catherine Cook, good to see you as well. Hi, all hot here in Pell City. 93, now 83, traveling to South Carolina. Well, have fun in South Carolina. Our Conklin Art, not on Twitch, still working the issues. Yes, I'm not multicasting right now. So, you know, this is the standard show. Nothing has changed except Zoom. Let's see, go to the bottom here. Have you tried it again, gamer? Try that again, bud. Let's see. Great Spotlight Show. How you doing, Mike? How are you, my friend? Awesome Epic Adventures. Good to see you, my friend. Brand Ariels. Thanks for being here. And hello. Have you guys tried yet? Am I even on? Is this thing on? Hello. Glad to. Still wants a password. God damn it. All right, I tell you what. I'm closing this. Since I've done what I just did, I'm closing this Zoom out, and I'll restart a Zoom meeting, and I will post it in the lower third that you see there. Trying that. Okay. Oops, what am I doing? All right. Pay no attention to the video description. Use this number here. Tell you these numbers get smaller and smaller every single day. Use those numbers there. Try it one more time. Hello, Gingerlock's mom. How are you? Always good to see you. I'm having an off night here, so bear with me, folks. Got some LED headlights for the wife's car. Installed them. They don't work. I'm not a very happy man right now. Sean McConnell, how you doing? But I'm trying to put all that aside for the show. I just want to sit back and I want to talk to a bunch of good people. Have you guys tried that one there? I will definitely stick with us until they get it right. You like how I'm blaming Zoom? I mean, literally nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. And if this works, I will update the description box. That one will work. Awesome. And it did work. Sweet. I don't know how those settings got changed on that. I would have never set it to that unless I had a meeting. Awesome. Unless I literally had an audience or a meeting that I needed to set passwords for, and I have yet to need that since I've been using Zoom for over 3 years now.
That was awesome, actually.
What was awesome?
My little song I came in on.
Oh, it was. It was, man. Thanks for that.
You good?
Am I good?
Yeah.
I'm getting along.
Is it like that? Okay.
No, not really. I'm just out of sorts, right? I'm not on my game. Things have not everything has gone according to plan today. You know what I mean? You have those days?
Yeah, most days I can't even put my socks on the right way round. Oh, what's she doing up here?
Oh, we love Ghana up here.
We tolerate her up here.
We love Ghana up here.
F you.
Oh, you can flip him off. YouTube hates me as it is. I don't care.
I'm about to.
How you doing, Ghana?
I'm doing great, Jim. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm here.
Fuck you, Ghana.
Hey, Angel, how you doing, man?
Yeah, sorry if I did not join your streams this week at all, because there were a few topics I wanted to join, but I was super busy.
That's okay. Nothing says you gotta join every stream, Angel.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I appreciate you being there when you do.
I've been on your streams quite frequently, and it's just this week was like a week off for me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because I had a lot of stuff that needed to get done.
Oh, I know how that is, man. I absolutely know how that is. Did you guys have a good weekend?
No.
Oh man, it's not going to be one of those shows, is it?
My jaw's getting more painful by the day, mate. Swelling's going up and up.
Angel, you know it's going to be hard for you to break in without headphones, right?
Headphones.
Well, whenever you don't wear headphones, what happens is your microphone fights for attention over your speakers. Let's see. Where was I here? Nugget Brain Peterson, how you doing? I'll let you guys enjoy the dancing while I say hello to Above and Beyond Drones. Jim, good to see you.
Sorry to hijack your stuff, Jim. If Ed flashed in your pan, if you're in here, please come up. I have so many questions for you.
Oh, cool.
Oh my God. He did an auction yesterday. I don't know if you saw it. He literally made me want to just go and buy a metal detector.
Oh, really? Because of the stuff?
Some
of the stuff you sell?
Oh, unreal.
But you know, Not Great Gamer, you're making me want to go and buy that sexy voice of yours just to take it and eat it.
Sexy voice? I sound like a chimney sweeper. I sound like. Have you ever seen Oliver Twist? Please, sir, can I have some more? You know that line at the start?
Well, with that mask of yours, you got kind of like a not great turtle.
This is not a mask. How dare you, sir? How very dare you? Did you just assume I'm wearing a mask?
We don't talk about his skin condition, Angel.
Yes. I had an unfortunate smelting accident as a child.
This is going to be one of those, isn't it? I just know
It is. It is.
Yeah, and as soon as I'm done with this
Sorry.
Coke, I'm switching to beer. That's it.
That's a good plan.
Like I said, it's just been one of those days.
I've got Pepsi, and every time it goes in my hole in my mouth, sorry, that did sound wrong, it burns. It burns really bad.
Yes. Sometimes you have to sometimes you have to actually, finish the description.
I did.
Should you even be drinking soda? Didn't you just get your teeth pulled?
You just shut up.
His dentist may be watching. His oral surgeon might be watching. Jim, how you doing, man?
And I hope he's wearing a mask. Otherwise, he's one ugly dude.
Look who's fucking talking. You alright, Bob and Beyond? How you going, dude?
All right, man. How are you?
Not bad. I
Hi,
hope you're good, my friend.
Hi, Ghana.
Oh, how was your... Go ahead, Jim.
I'm hearing you. Okay. I had John like 3 times, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I hope you had a better weekend than we did, Jim.
I can't complain. No one wants to listen.
I hear you.
Oh, Jim does. We do want to listen. Pray tell.
Let it out.
Let it out, man. You're amongst friends.
I heard your thing, and I know how you are about vaping as I sit here with one of these stupid-ass things.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! And I lost a friend at 60.
Oh, no. Over the weekend or just very recently?
The week after his birthday.
Oh, man.
From cigarettes, lung cancer.
Yeah. Well, that's how I lost my mother. So I lost my grandma.
Just ban the damn things.
It's scientifically proven that each one causes a cell mutation. It's scientifically proven. No, I think it's every 5, will change a cell structure in your body. And whilst that may not cause cancer, the more times you do it, the accumulation, of course, every time, like that 1 in a million goes to 2, and the risk just gets more and more and more. So the more you smoke, one day that one cell could turn into the cancer. It's
you turn around and it's been decades.
It's brutal on your body. But this is going to sound horrible. When I was taking my grandfather to cancer hospital for throat cancer, which he got from smoking, I was still smoking in front of him. I know that sounds nasty. It just hasn't stopped me. I know.
It's an addiction.
It's an evil thing. It is an absolute evil thing. I mean, it sucks you right in. Gotta wish it was good for you.
It does.
Yeah, right?
Because it's so friggin' enjoyable. Which is
it's
why.
It's just something you get used to doing it. I mean, especially when you're younger and you're at the bar. You know what I mean? You used to just sit there and I don't know if you can't smoke in a bar anymore, but
yeah.
The first one in the morning, what gives you that nicotine rush, and you get that lightheadedness, and you're like, on the way to work. That's the one I used to love. And for some reason, I'm sorry to be in depth, Mr. Jim, but it always used to regulate my bowel movements.
True.
Yeah, does that for a lot of people.
I'd have a smoke on the way to work, and then as soon as I get to work, I'd have more. I won't go in depth.
You drop the kids off the pool.
You'd have an angel.
I ain't got no kids. Do I have to spell out what I did? No, I know.
Again, we're gonna make the ice cream.
It's a bit nutty.
It's Rocky Road.
Did you just take the piss out of my accent again?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yeehaw, howdy, partner.
Wait till your doctor tells you to bring samples in.
Oh, yeah.
I have had that.
That's always fun.
I always steal them from my dog. That gives him that gives him something to think about.
Oh my god!
I never thought of that, man.
Look
Yeah,
at
well,
Angel.
one time I had parvo. I don't know what that was all about.
That's what I'm saying. Look at
From licking your
Angel-
ass, right?
Angel's like
Eating other dog
Angel's
shit.
transcended into a higher being or something.
Oh, hip dysplasia. That was a problem of mine for a while.
Oh, we're talking about dog ailments.
Well, yeah. That's how they last time.
Where did you get parvo from? I missed the joke on that one.
The worms.
I took my worms. I took my dog shit in place of my own sample.
Oh my god!
Of course, that never really happened, but it made for a great.
I would have loved to
conversation.
see if that, because what do they really check for? They're just checking for blood, right? So I'd love to see if there was anything came back.
I would think so. That or what brand
Angel,
planters
what
you're
are you-
eating.
What are you doing under that sheet, Angel?
And why? More importantly, why?
You're giving me unregulated bowel movements there. Not a great gamer with that turtle mask of yours.
What is going on?
With the moves that you're about to give to me.
Dude, he's calling you a
Hello,
ninja
chat.
turtle.
He is so fucking weird. It's beyond brilliant.
Unregulated bowel movements.
Oh, fucking.
Someone on my stream
Oh.
caused unregulated bowel movements.
I hope you're deleting this one.
Oh no! Actually, that part's going to become a cut all its own. I think.
Oh, that needs to be the screenshot. Just Angel sitting up as a sheet. Oh. I'm glad that's not a white blanket. We'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Then it would be a politically incorrect show.
Yes, it would.
Oh, well, I wasn't going that far, sir. I was just showing it would show inappropriate stains.
I got
But
nothing
okay.
here. I got no skin in this game.
What did I get
Sorry,
into?
sorry, Ghana.
This stream's
Yeah.
going to have to be taken straight down.
Why don't I just play some copyrighted music and get it over with?
I might as well start with the Catholic priest jokes then. Well,
Where's
let's go.
Mike?
Oh man.
Mike, come on in.
There's Wendell. How you doing, Wendell? Studio Geek 32's here as well. How you doing, Sammy? Infinite Mush. Awesome. How you doing?
Infinite moi, a kiss. Moi.
Moi?
Infinite moi. Yes. it's
Oh,
a
is
kiss,
it MUAH? Oh, okay. It looks like an S. I'm
Get
sorry.
some glasses, you Stevie Wonder.
Dude, I'm wearing contacts. It's a trade-off. Sorry about that, Infinite Moi.
I was not a great gamer, even though you are not a great turtle with that mask of yours.
Not a great turtle.
Well,
I'm
the
not.
reason why I say that is because his red mask that he's wearing looks like one of those turtle masks from the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show and movies.
Mm-hmm. You're not the first person to say that, dude. I don't know who had. Did any of them have a red one? Michelangelo was yellow, weren't he? I'm gonna have to Google this now.
Is it even
No
red?
idea.
Is it even red, or is it the way you've got your camera set up here?
What I do is I've got the colours I've got are the colours they are, and then I flip my contrast right up, and it makes them go. Poof.
Ah, okay.
So it
Okay.
kind of works like an illusion, but once I have got a much better webcam actually. Shut up, Angel. I'm talking, you turd. All right, I have got a much better webcam to put on, and hopefully it'll be much clearer when I put that one on. Please, Angel, continue, sir.
Yes, you have the floor, Angel.
I was gonna say to Jim, I would like think about like changing the description of the code for the join because if other people are trying to join and such, and they're listing the 9-digit number at the in the description, they probably don't know that the one in your screen is the one that they need to use.
I've already changed it, Angel. As soon as
All right.
Not a Great Gamer came on, I went ahead and changed it. So she's all good, man. Thanks for the heads up.
Well, I wouldn't mind you changing your good looks to some bad looks.
I need a censored button, don't I? I need like a
You need to pixelate yourself so you stop overwhelming us with your manliness.
Yeah, Jim.
I do. I just need a
Well, you know, the Not Good Gamer, you need to purify yourself because it looks like your screen is surrounded by water droplets, where it looks like you're being surrounded by the ocean. So you need to get purified.
Well, maybe I am in the ocean. Maybe I'm related to Aquaman.
He's underwater right now.
Yeah.
I do have
Man.
I do have an emergency button here. which just
What does that do?
it
Just
shuts
sets off
us
fireworks?
right off. In fact, if I test it,
We'll save it. We'll save it for when I, folks, just in case you have to save yourself.
no, I already did. I already threw it out there.
Ooh.
Did you see it go to black?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it literally just shuts off audio and video. not
So
that it's
anyway,
not
there
that it'll
was
do
these
anything.
three.
It won't do anything on the on a delay. But go ahead, gamer. What were you saying?
No, it was going to be a joke. I was expecting you to just black out.
Oh, sorry.
So I was
Yeah.
gonna go.
Brad,
There
use
was-
that link.
How you doing, Tony? Viewed this, and I also saw Patty Broussard. How you doing, Patty? Good to see you. Arrow 404, yes. That's a show that has gone nowhere. I think it's got like 50 views. Angel, you were on that one. Remember that?
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh,
I must have missed it.
yeah, it was a Friday morning show. It was not last week, but the week prior, because I didn't get to do one last week.
You're talking about this past Friday, right?
Yeah. No. The Friday prior to that.
Yeah, no. You were saying that you didn't get to do one last week. You're referring to this past Friday.
No.
Because I see you didn't do a Friday wrap up stream this past Friday. So when you said you didn't get to do one last week, you probably were referring to this past Friday just a couple of days ago.
Well, since Sunday starts the week, last week was just this last Friday. You know, the one we just had 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do one then. Now, the Friday before that is when you and I were on, and that was the 404 Error Show. So I don't even know where we're going with that.
No. Well, I liked the show the other day with the cars, and he was explaining that you can't even get through half the streets in London.
Yeah.
Which led to a wild discussion on another channel. We were talking about the Fords that had made it over to New Zealand. And I guess I kind of prompted that with after the cars he was naming, all the weird cars I hadn't known about. Which then got us into the, 2001 EV1 that General Motors took back from everybody and crushed.
Yeah.
Oh, General Motors.
Yeah, because they were too good.
Yeah.
Couldn't have electric power at that time.
Right. Also known as government motors.
Yep. They were afraid of the gas crisis.
Yep.
We've had electric vehicles for decades in the UK.
They took every one of these cars back. In fact, you couldn't buy the car. You could only lease it.
Right.
And they took every one back and crushed it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, with you, not a great gamer, you're like everyone's gas guzzler because you're sucking the fun out of everyone.
It's not the only thing I suck. Now to blackout. Waiting for the fade out.
Help me. Somebody help me.
No. Above and beyond, just not shocked. I didn't even say anything. It's just suggestive. It's your own imaginations to lead on. Anywho.
Oh,
Thanks
well.
for that, Angel. Yeah, that was a change of subject.
Art conquering art.
Even though this is a Smash Sunday stream, I have a bit of a upcoming stream that I have this Friday evening at 5 p.m. Arizona time, 10 p.m. Not 10 p.m. 8 p.m. your time. There at the gym and anywhere else you guys live. I'm pretty sure the Not Great Gamer lives underneath the bottom of his mother's basement. That can't even keep track of time. But other than that, I'm gonna be doing a open comedy mic night to see if who can make me laugh the hardest.
And what do they win? An autographed picture of you?
Well, no, me and Mike are going to be doing this together. And Mike, Gamer, will be providing some form of prize. I don't know what it is, because there's going to be a giveaway to the winner who can try and make me laugh the hardest. And I don't know exactly how it will be, but once the Creative Spotlight Show, aka Mike, comes on, me and him can discuss more about it because over this past Friday during one of Jacob Billet's streams where he did a Friday feedback with with Mike.
Fuck me.
Take a breath.
Put a full stop in, boy. Jesus Christ.
By the way, guys, type something in the chat. Jim, you already have, but there's some folks wanting to know who's on the panel, and well, there's Ghana. She's already typed in as well.
You're going to be absolutely screwed one day, Angel, if you need oxygen, mate. Oh.
I can speak for hours on end there, man.
Just to clarify, I'm in my mother's basement, yes?
Under, I thought I heard.
That's true, Gary.
Under my mother's basement.
Hey, Jim, do you know who made the pictures? I don't know if you said anything about it.
I could say a really twisted joke, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Sean, what pictures are you talking about? And are you talking to me? Do you know who made the pictures? I don't know
What
if you said
pictures
anything about
do
it.
we
I don't know
know?
what pictures
Sean
McKenna is
said
talking
it?
about. Yeah.
They sell it at Wally World. Walmart, I guess, huh?
Oh, is that Wally World Walmart?
They sell
Hey, Jim,
it?
do you know who made the pictures? I don't know if you said anything about it.
I've
Pictures.
heard that Walmart aren't selling ammunition anymore. That's the big thing that we had in the news over here, believe it or not.
No guns or ammunition anymore.
At all? They pulled them all out?
Yeah.
Those
For
wusses.
some reason,
I think
we
they're
had
putting
that in the UK.
sensors.
Sorry to interrupt. There was a lag there. Continue, dude. Sorry, that was my bad.
No, guys who have permits to conceal carry aren't going to be allowed in the store either.
Yet one more reason for me never to go in.
Yeah. It's in the
That's
Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States, and yet they can't walk into Walmart.
Nope.
That's
I was
insane.
can I just ask, are they allowed, if the state of the Constitution says you're allowed to concealed carry, is
Well,
the store allowed to overrule it? I know it's got company policy, but
Right.
for example, then you could have company policy. Now, this is going to be a bit extreme, but you could go, no English people, no, like generalizing. You can't stop certain people coming in and just, I need to word this very carefully. Not every person who has a gun is going to go around shooting people. It's a very
Well,
Tiny.
that's been proven.
very
Small
tiny,
minority.
tiny
Yeah.
percentage.
it's the same with the certain, like, it's like you've got a certain people who brand another certain type of people, all of them terrorists. We won't go into it, but you couldn't stop them from going into the store either. It's the same kind of rhetoric and logic that you've got to use. And that actually, I didn't want to bring this up as political. I was just saying it because I just thought it was funny that they mentioned Walmart in the news in the UK, and that's what they mentioned because we're so anti-gun over here. But that's weird.
Not great gamer. If you don't shut up, I'll put some tape on it. If you don't shut up, I'll put some tape on it.
The theory is they own the store, so if you don't like it, don't go to the store.
Yeah. But here's another thing. Just because they post it doesn't mean it's it's
It's
not law. It's not law.
Right.
Therefore, they can't enforce it.
No, they can't enforce. They can if they know about it, like they put metal detectors and they you tell them or show them, then yeah, they could turn you away. It is their store. But
Walk in there with your 357 and say, try. Just try.
no, yeah, you wouldn't want to do that.
No, I mean, like, no one can. If you've got that, what I'm trying to say is, sorry, no, that came out wrong. If you legally are entitled to what,
Right.
I don't see how it can be stopped.
Because it's their property.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
So
on
they
their
can-
private property.
So they can override the rules of the land. That's what I was trying to get about, basically. They can say whatever they want and enforce whatever they want in that property, yeah?
Well,
It's a
it's the
gray
same
area.
as like you can't come on my property, right? No, if I
If
put
I
up
don't
a
want
no
you to.
trespassing sign,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Same
All
theory.
right. Yeah, okay. I hope you could understand the logic where I was trying to get
Yeah,
at. I just couldn't
absolutely.
word it. I just couldn't word it well.
Sure.
It's a
sure.
ridiculous move.
It is. It is.
And you know the irony one day is there's going to be something that happens in Walmart and they're going to say, if only we had a concealed
Sure.
person in there to save the freaking store.
That hap-
You cannot protect yourself in that store.
That's every school shooting that's ever happened. When they said, when they made them gun-free zones. That is every school shooting that's happened since that
Meaning
point.
a teacher can't carry to protect her students or
That's
her.
right.
That horrifies us over here when that happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
You're just
don't-
a sitting duck.
You can't fix crazy, and you can't write laws in hopes that they'll follow them either. I mean, it's a ridiculous proposition to even think so.
Only the legal people follow the laws.
Exactly.
And Jim, with you can't fix sexy either, and that's what you are. You're sexy, and you know it.
Do I need to clap my hands now?
I see Patty's here.
If you're
Where's
sexy and
Patty?
you know it, clap your hands. Andrew Frying Pan, how you doing? Good to see you, man.
But I want to answer Sean's little thing, because in the chat, Sean Sean McConna, he was asking about who made my picture. Well, really, it wasn't anyone that you would be able to get in contact with there, Sean McKenna, because I had this picture of me be made at a local rib festival this past summer when I was still in Minnesota, and people suggested I turn that picture into a digital format and have it be my avatar. Remember that little conversation we had at one of your streams when I was still in Minnesota there, Jim?
I sure do, yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, it wasn't, and it's not anyone that you'd be able to get in contact with or try to see if you can find that person on social media. Someone at a rib festival who is
How do you know they're not famous, Angel? Maybe I can find them. Maybe I just do a Google search and they're right there. How do you know? Oh, now he's quiet.
Michaela Angelina.
That worked.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Well, you probably wouldn't be able to find them there, above and beyond, because I don't think that they go to any festivals year round. I don't know, because that was my first time going to a festival where there was a picturist drawer, and I decided to get a chance to have a picture of me be drawn, and it ended up being pretty terrific. But I don't know if they're famous or not, and I don't want to waste the time, because I already love the picture the way it is. But I understand you might want others to try to have their picture drawn. Hell, I wouldn't mind having a picture drawn of Not Great Gamer's dick.
Oh, come on now.
Angel said hell and dick in the same sentence. Dude.
Right?
And the quality of that picture is subjective.
Oh, my.
Moistening.
Angel.
I love you guys.
That's the cover up. He says at the every single offensive bit. I love you guys at the end.
I love Canna. I know she tried our best to giggle, but every time I say something funny, she prevents from laughing out loud. But I love that about you, Canna.
Don't leave, Wendell.
Thank you.
Someone's got to love something about her.
Yes, don't leave Wendell live. It may get worse from here out, but hey, stick around, man.
The only way to save it is to come in.
That's right. You guys are all welcome to come in. It doesn't matter if you say anything or not. You can just hang out, and we'll try not to say hell and dick anymore.
What's Brad doing? I haven't seen him in a while.
Brad from Drone Kings.
Yeah.
He was just on yesterday when I was testing my multi-stream platform. He popped on with Wendell.
What are you using to multi-stream? May I ask?
Restream.
Okay.
Restream.io. Yeah.
Are you a user of OBS or are you a Streamlabs type?
I'm a vMix guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just noticing the other day that Logitech bought out Streamlabs for $89 million. And they already own Yeti mics, the Blue Company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so they've got their own little podcasting gig going.
Thanks, Andrew Frying Pan. Now it's moved into the chat. There's both hell and dicks in the chat.
Good thing there's no emoji con for
and
that.
Bananas. Yeah, I know, right?
Bananas.
Bananas. I saw you said you were a banana.
I am a banana.
I love all you guys.
Oh man, where was I going to go with that? Oh, Logitech, huh?
Yeah, $89 million for an open source fork. You know,
Yeah.
that's crazy. If you think about it, that's a lot of money.
That is
Like these guys
that.
who just made StreamYards. I mean,
Mhm.
all they did was take an RTMP stream and
Yep.
put up servers.
Mhm.
Holy Christ. And people are paying $20 a month. You're
Yeah.
out of your mind.
Good scratch if you can get it, man. That's for
Oh,
sure.
hell yeah, right? The minute, I can't figure Google Hangouts going down without Google trying to make some money out of it.
Well, that was their goal initially, and then it just became a lost leader because they were going to launch an even bigger conference. Not that they still won't a bigger video conferencing software, but that was the whole idea, was right to start communities, get everybody used to using it,
Yeah.
and then start selling it. And nobody gave two shits about Google Plus.
Right. I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So then they said, well, all right, we're just going to go. And then I imagine that the Hangouts took so much bandwidth that they just thought, that we're bleeding more than we should on this.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. And it's a guess because Google
They
doesn't
never
give
had
away
commercials.
Yeah. They never give away anything.
So they came up with the Duo and the meeting apps, but that was to combat Facebook's iOS's FaceTime.
Yeah. Yep.
Still, to just walk away from that whole platform is crazy.
Oh, I know, but it's no smarter than Yahoo. I'm sorry, YouTube killing the Messenger.
Messenger, yeah.
Yeah, that chat service within YouTube kept me on YouTube.
I think Brad and I were the only ones that used it. Sorry, Gunnar.
Yeah, because YouTube and their YouTube messengers just about a week ago, because they got rid of it on September 18th, and I believe it was officially removed from both mobile devices and their Chrome software all across all platforms around the 20th or 21st. Because I don't even see the message section anymore.
Didn't you just say that?
Yes, you did.
Thank you.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, man?
Hey, Mike.
Thanks,
Oh,
Mike.
Mike.
We got to wait for him to get his mic. We got to wait for
Mike's
Mike to
gotta
get his mic.
Yeah. Pun intended.
All right. Can you at least
That's
hear us,
all.
Mike? Shake your head yes if you can hear us, bud.
Yeah.
Do this, Mike.
He may still be watching the YouTube video.
Stop looking like a baked potato. Do something, Mike.
See, it cuts over to you after you ended the speech. Like Ghana's on now, on mine.
Oh, you mean on the YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's always going to be that delay.
What the hell am I watching? I'm watching Zoom.
Oh, are you? And then there's
it goes large when he speaks.
Oh, you've got it set on a different.
You can
you've
change
got
it to gallery.
Yeah, you've got it on speaker view up in the upper right. If you click where it says gallery view, it'll turn to gallery view.
Like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah. Then you'll get the Brady Bunch. Mm-hmm.
I got the Brady Bunch now.
Yeah, this is how it's going out over the air with the gallery view, because I don't like the full screen pop. It's just too disconcerting.
Yeah.
Eileen Value Farm, how you doing? Good to see you.
You're in the crappy square, Mike.
Mike, can you hear us yet?
We have no Paul. We have no Paul Lind.
We have no Alice. Oh yeah.
No.
Who's got the dog?
Was Paul on the top left?
I'm just making cool noises in the background.
Oh, well done.
Thank you. I don't know who that is. It's loud though.
I'm just smelling an old bag of nacho cheese Doritos in my laundry.
I don't own an animal, so it's not here.
Mine are
It might
asleep.
be my dogs, but they should be way over there.
Can you hear? Can you hear?
So,
You got a hell of a microphone.
No,
I know.
I guess so.
Jeez. Oh.
You could do an ad for the microphone.
Yeah, I can't hear them.
What are you using for a microphone, guy?
whatever
laptop?
this thing is on my headphone.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
really?
Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty
Yeah.
good one, actually.
It's not
Crazy
bad.
sensitive.
Why,
Mhm.
thank you.
Some people have recommended that I should get some form of microphone to.
No. Your microphone's just fine, buddy.
A microphone with a selective mute button.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't mind getting a microphone just to hear Ganna's sexy voice.
Oh, you could drop a
My
pin
sexy
there.
voice.
Oh, man. Yeah. So many jokes, so little time, and I didn't know if I should go down that road.
Nope.
Guy says, nope.
Let's go somewhere else. Come on.
So again, how was everyone's weekend?
Yeah, did you hear the silence after that? It was like,
Fantastic.
I didn't know. I didn't know whether to say anything because it's like, is it inappropriate joking about a woman? So I just sat there in silence, like everyone else.
I think we all did. Yep.
Yep, everyone else.
I'm okay.
Oh, we know you are.
Everybody's okay. We
You
all
can take it.
survived.
Old-fashioned
It's
tradition.
okay.
It's called respect. I think that's why we all. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you were talking respect, you wouldn't have had the white sheets, the stool samples, and all the other things we've already talked about.
I haven't given her
Respect
any
went out the
stool
window
samples
a while ago.
I don't want your stool samples, please.
yet. Roses are red, violets
man.
are blue. Here's some stool samples just for you.
No.
Now I
The
got to run out.
doctor's getting one from the street dogs next time.
Now I got to run out to the mailbox real fast.
They're going to be my own.
Oh,
Jim, if I get a stool sample from Gamer, I'm going to be so mad at you.
I'm going to get my money's worth as well. I'm going to fill it full to the brim to the Royal Mail, really.
Man, I
Please,
don't.
no.
I want no responsibility for that guy.
That'd be about
You're
$20
taking
in
complete
postage.
responsibility.
20. Could you imagine that, though? One of us is going to open our mail in a few weeks, and one of us, maybe me, we're just going to have a tub of shit. It's going to be fun.
No.
I can't even go near the P.O. boxes.
It went from a stool sample to a tub.
Yeah, they give you those tubes, don't they? Them long round tubes. I call them tubs.
It's got a little, what would you call it? Like a Q-tip on it. And you got to stick it.
No, the
then
one that
put it
I
in the
had,
plastic.
the
Oh,
one
this
I
is
had,
not
didn't have
getting
a
any
Q-tip.
better.
You unscrewed the lid.
Don't
The
blame
one
me.
I had, no, dude, the one I had was genius. You unscrewed the lid, right, and then it weren't a Q-tip. It actually had a little shovel on it. So you shoveled your turd, and then you put it in, and then screwed it back on the lid. It's quite ingenious.
Oh, now
The
you just
problem
have
is-
to poke it in.
I had blood in my turds. That's why I had the blood test. So my turds were rock solid, right? So it was like trying to bend one of them old French freaking swords, the pointy ones, into like a brick wall. It was just bending and bending. So I had to use a butter knife.
That's what they're looking for, blood.
I can't do this.
Oh man,
Well, they found blood.
cause
mate.
and effect. Cause and effect.
No.
It was brilliant. I got my turd results back, and they were like, "You've got blood in your stool," and I was like, "No shit, that's why I've had the blood test. Could you mind telling me something new?"
Yeah, and it's on the knife too, Doc. You explain that.
They just call you and tell you everything came out okay. Well, you knew that. You're the one who took it.
You know what? I'm enjoying. Right, we need to have this, right? Jim, you like requests? Tuesday night turd talk. Let's talk
No.
about turd
Tuesday
samples.
night turds.
Yep, I had to give away 3 samples. That's what I had to do. 3 samples. Right.
Free samples
That's
to
wrong.
the first 20 in the chat.
Little sample Saturday.
Oh my lord! Yes, David, the producer, you did choose a weird time to join in.
Last week it was my dead cat.
Hi,
This week it's my
David.
turd samples.
And what the hell's going on with Mike?
I don't know, Mike. Can you hear us yet, dude? Oh, your mic's muted. There you go.
Yeah, the wife decided to make some cookies, so I didn't want y'all hearing all of that.
Oh, okay. Well, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. Hey, how are you? Ghana,
Hello,
Yeah.
Mike.
Jim.
Hello there, Mike.
And whenever you get a chance, Mike, to use some of the clips that I sent to you and make an audio track, let me hear it first, and if I like it, you can use it.
No. When you send me something, you don't get to check it out afterwards. It's you gave over everything when you sent it to me.
Yeah. And John, I just want to make sure I like it as much as everyone does. If you don't know there, Jim, I sent a few clips of me laughing my ass off to Mike because he's going to be using some of my laugh clips as an audio track for his videos.
And his ringtone, I heard.
Oh, that would be soul destroying.
Sweet.
Sweet. Could you imagine that? Sitting in a court case.
Oh,
Comes from your pocket.
man.
That'll blow jury duty.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's the perfect thing to have. Hey, call me at 12:05. That's when they're interviewing me.
Yeah. They'll be like, get out.
Yeah, you're out. Thank you for coming.
We don't need you after all.
I got a few of those clips, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah.
I figured doing a show when somebody says something funny, I just hit that and Angel will bust out laughing.
Jelly Duck,
It's so high,
what time
though.
is it? I'll type it, sorry, go on.
Hey, Jelly Duck, it's got to be 5 a.m. for him.
No, I was thinking 5:50. What, is he 2 hours ahead of us? Or one?
Where
Of
is
you.
Ahmed? Where is he at?
I think he's
He's
on the Arabian
Kuwait.
Peninsula, isn't he?
No, he's in Kuwait.
Kuwait.
Yeah.
Kuwait.
Mm-hmm.
No clue how far that is.
I don't know what time it is on that, but
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure it's 5 or 6 a.m.
Gamer, it's 3 o'clock over there?
3:50, my friend. And
3:50. Do you ever sleep, dude?
Jim, I stay on at 3 a.m. specifically for your show.
Oh man,
That's dedication.
that is
brother.
so cool, dude. Thank you.
Like, and no,
And here it comes.
that is true.
Oh, cool.
That is
Cool.
actually true. I come on specifically at 3 a.m. for your show. Now I'm going to pull the tongue out, wipe the brown off, and I'm going to say something else. You should be fucking honoured.
I am
And I'll
honored,
accept-
dude.
And I'll accept my gratitude in the form of check or PayPal.
That's
I
okay.
think it's
Well, no, you already have my stool sample apparently, so.
Payment enough.
If only it would be on my mantelpiece and I'd just stare at it.
The shit is in the mail, man. The shit is in the
Okay.
mail.
Even
No.
Jim's
No.
turd is more manly than I am. That's
No.
how manly Jim is.
The tub.
There
yeah,
you go.
I'm going to share a bed with it. I'm just going to hug it in bed. Make it real awkward.
I don't know how it could get any more awkward than
Why?
that. Hey,
Well, I can take it out
Jelly
of the
Duck.
tub.
Jelly Duck says it's 5:51 over there.
Wow.
It's 2 hours ahead.
Hopefully,
Yep.
he's just getting up.
But it's bloody humid
So it's
where he is.
7:52 here.
Nice to talk to
7:52.
somebody in a country as small as
Yeah.
the mine, though, which is quite rare. So, hello, Jelly Duck.
And to think, at one point, you guys owned the world.
Oh
Did
yeah,
we?
largest empire on the
Well,
world at one point.
I'm not going to go into the empire because I actually have quite a few grievances with that. I've spoken to Jim about it before. I don't agree with what we did. Hong Kong, we went to China and we were just like, right, we're taking your land for 100 years. And we basically held it, stuff like that. I'm not. So we did once have a lot of the world, but it wasn't out of people's choice. We were tyrants. And yeah, I'm not proud of it. We was basically we just did what Hitler did a couple of
Oh,
hundred years prior.
look what Turkey does, man. Turkey split a country in half because they wanted to.
Nah. Jim, you've got
Still
to admit,
to this
mate,
day.
Well, people-
Cyprus.
People been doing that since the dawn of time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but we was recent and people have forgot about it. People go, oh, the Germans, World War II. Not long before that, World War I, we were still holding Africa,
Yeah.
for God's sake.
Yeah.
People forget that.
They do. People don't have a very long memory span at all when it comes to history.
No,
And
and
they're
they
not
sure
being
as hell
taught.
don't know where slave comes from.
Nope. They
Slave
sure don't.
trading comes from. They have
Nope.
no idea.
Nope.
That's all Americans' fault. America's fault.
Yeah. That just blows me away.
That's
I mean,
not
they-
even in the history books that they sold their own people.
Exactly.
Neither is the Barbary slave trade, where the Africans and Ottomans captured millions of white Christians. That's completely buried as well.
Well-
There's loads of segments in history, which is, but it's the fact that the English, like as I said, just literally a century ago, there was French and English. I think there was Spain as well, holding Africa, and it's just completely forgotten about. And it just scares me now we've gone into this. Somebody's just put, Sean McKenna, history does repeat. It's
Mhm.
going to happen again. So when people joke about the English Empire, I'm actually scared that one day, like the way our Prime Minister is at the moment, we're going to have that person who tries pushing that shit forward.
Hmm.
And yeah, it scares me.
You're never ever gonna. You just don't read about the Irish indentured servitude and all that stuff where they
Nope.
separated families.
Indentured servitude was all over. In fact, my ancestor was released from indentured servitude in Germany back in the 1700s.
We should be paying Ireland reparations to this day. What a mess we've made their country. I'm so sorry for them. So you said about Turkey, we had split their country in two, literally.
Yeah, they had some shit going on, for sure.
It's still to this day split in two.
To this day, you've got Northern Ireland, still got soldiers on the blooming border as well. Still got soldiers on the island border that have to stop the troubles. You still got the troubles. You've still got the Irish Catholics and Protestants fighting each other. Oh, thanks, England.
I do love the Irish Try American Whiskey videos, though. I love those.
I love the Irish. Irish are bloody awesome.
Has anybody heard of the black leather jacket guy?
No, but I'm Googling now.
Oh yeah, you don't have to Google it. Go on YouTube and just do Irish Try, something, because they try, all sorts of foods from around the world, drinks from around the world, alcohol from around the world, and the black leather guy, the leather jacket guy, kind of made a name for himself in that series. Somebody's watching it.
Have a look.
Trying all the
Oh no, that's Mike's wife.
What kind of cookies we getting, Mike?
Yeah, okay. You did she make enough for the class?
If you like gluten free.
He's called Are You Having That on YouTube.
I don't eat anything healthy. Sorry.
It's a cookie.
Damn it.
I like cookies.
Yeah. I love cookies.
How could it possibly
Cookies are good.
change just by being gluten free?
Yeah.
What would it?
Yeah, they
what would
don't.
it change?
They don't taste, do they, Mike?
They're but you take the flour out, but it's just basically butter and sugars. It's more like a kind of a brownie. They use like almond flour or something instead of regular flour.
You can taste the gluten's gone, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Is there any gluten
if
in?
Anybody knows what gluten is?
Yeah, is there any gluten in flaxseed?
Flaxseed? No, I don't think so.
Okay. Because that's the shit when you're on low carb.
Yeah,
Well,
it's Go ahead.
So
Angel.
it's the wheat.
Yeah, the wheat.
The wheat.
Well, Ganna, your life is like a box of chocolates, but your kind of chocolate is the ooey and gooey inside, and you just want to make me melt my heart with thumb.
That's the cherry. That's the cherry with the liquid in it.
It's your fault, Mike.
What?
This is so your fault.
It's your fault, Mike. All your fault.
Gluten kind of tastes like
corn.
I caught that show.
Penny says she uses flax milk for egg replacement.
Oh,
Yeah.
no kidding.
Actually, the gluten is just the protein, the stretchy stuff in wheat. That's what makes bread and pizza crust and everything hold together. And some people are allergic to that. So
Yeah, I've made flaxseed bread before. It's pretty good.
It does. I'm going to have to be a bit grim here, but heavy gluten does give me good old constipation.
yep,
Just
back
a
to the
fact.
poop talk.
Well, how would you know?
Back to the poop talk.
Isn't it in everything?
Well, that's because I had the poop tests.
Is that how
I'm
they
not gonna-
test to see if you're allergic to gluten?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stool
how
sample.
They can do a biopsy and actually go in and take a little piece of your intestine.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Take a little piece of my intestine now, baby.
Oh.
That sounds fun.
Can't be more fun than what I had the other day. I should have filmed that. I'm going to film my operation next month for you guys on my other side of my mouth.
You should get close-ups,
I am.
slow-mo it. That'd be awesome.
My mouth, honest, my wound looks like a cat's bumhole at the moment. It's awesome.
Oh, that was unexpected.
Because now you put that picture in everybody's head.
Yes.
It is. Literally. Looks like a towel holder.
And of course, I have to mention that my granddaughter just discovered our dog's bunghole tonight.
Oh no!
She didn't do anything.
Fun times.
She was just looking very closely at it, wondering what it was. She's only 2. So we had to help her
That's
out.
so cute.
Nope. Stay away.
Don't they usually pull the tail at that age?
Yeah, well, this is a Labrador, so that tail's always kind of like sticking out straight, and it's always visible. And yeah, she like discovered it all of a sudden.
Yeah. It was like,
Yeah, well, the finger didn't go there, you know. Fortunately, the finger didn't go there, but man, you know, you just see her bending her head over, checking it out. It's like, oh, stop, kids.
No.
Exactly. That's the dog's booty. Don't do it.
We used 2 words that always worked because I always had medications around. Hurt you.
Hang on.
When your booty is rocking everywhere. When your booty is rocking everywhere.
What were you saying, Jim?
Back to normalcy. It says, we used 2 words with my granddaughter, hurt you. And she learned that if I take that, it's going to hurt me. So
Oh, interesting.
she got to where if she found a pill on the floor, she would give it to you. Hurt you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like
That's-
a reward.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Worked out well.
how did that pertain to the dog?
Not at all.
Okay.
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
They
you
wanted
just
to grow up with a fear of it or something.
You were in the
I know,
wrong
right?
show if you were looking for consistency.
can you see her at 30 picking up tails? Hurt you. Hurt you.
Like you had the wrong end.
Yeah. That's when you really get hurt.
I guess
Oh.
we'll segue into talking about your cornholes now.
Yes.
That's
Jim,
another thing you
sausage
can't get
roll.
away from.
It's everywhere.
So how's Jim's cornhole coming?
Frosted meat, scored at phone.
So far, so good.
Always good to hear.
You don't even need a cornhole anymore. I saw a cow with an actual hole in the side of it with a funnel in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just pour the corn in.
They do that to test. They can check the bacteria of the animals. I think it's playing
Exactly.
God. I think it's
Exactly.
playing God though. It's a bit wrong.
It's disgusting.
I like Gunna's version. The hole in the in the gravel, just tossing
I
cobs
like
at
that
it.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that's
wasn't going to buy a
actually
cornhole.
Jim. That's actually an Arizonian toilet. She just glorified it.
Yep.
Oh
That's how
man,
them
I
desert
put a
folks
lot of work
squat.
into that thing.
it was a good video. I liked it. Had me laughing.
I had to carve that piece of styrofoam, and I had
Oh
to
no!
throw produce into it. I almost cut my thumb off.
Meditation.
Oh
Making
man,
it? Did this destruction almost come while making it?
you should do a making of video. Did you film any of your your
No, I took some pictures. The pictures, it's just a mess everywhere. I didn't have anything to cut it with. I had this giant butcher knife, and I'm just stabbing it in, trying to make a.
I hate that sound. That's like fingernails on a chalkboard.
Oh, it is.
Mhm.
Oh.
It is.
And then the hot glue gun got everywhere. There was hot glue and glitter, and then hot dog the next day, and
Oh, that sounds like a Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night.
Nora, how you doing,
Friday
man?
night. Hello.
After that comment, I'm doing well, thanks.
I was looking for a segue, man. I couldn't find it. I knew cornhole wasn't it, but a fun Friday night. That sounded like Nora.
It's Northwest Railroad, right?
Northern Ohio Railroad.
Northern Ohio. I knew it. So close,
Yeah.
yet so far.
How you doing, Arconklin Art? Arconklin Art helped me out a little bit testing the multi-stream platforming. And WTF, Mike, good to see you, man. Welcome
So-
to the show.
Which platforms did you test it out on?
I actually streamed to 4 at one time on the second test, and that was YouTube, DLive, Twitch, and Facebook.
How is DLive?
DLive's pretty cool. I need to learn more about it because there's actually Jelly Duck could probably tell you. Apparently, he's been on there for a while. But it's a nice platform where you can actually get credits for just going live, and that turns into some sort of currency. I don't know if it's like a credit somewhere or cash, like you can cash out. But yeah, you get credits, and people can actually transfer credits like
think
a
it's,
super chat.
Lino, which is crypto.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Yeah. I think
Is
I
that-
signed up yesterday, so I might be live streaming there too, or dropping videos. You evidently say you can start. You don't need to wait till you get 1,000 subs or anything, and people can start donating like Jelly Duck did.
Exactly.
Mike, is that the one LBRYA Libra or something like that?
No, it's LENO.
LENO. There's another one that goes on crypto. It's LYRA.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah.
If you don't actually need the money, you can like go ahead and stream and everything. People can go ahead and donate. You can just let it build up, and if that crypto ever blows up, you've got it in there. You know, it's nothing. It's not like it's your life savings or something.
Right.
Just let that build up in there, and then maybe if that does take off, you know, then that exponentially goes up, and if not, you really didn't lose anything.
And the only thing that I wasn't able to fix, for lack of a better term, was the ability to aggregate all of the comments and chats from those different platforms so that I could use them in vMix Social yet. But I'm working on that as we speak. When I can do that, I'm going to multi-stream.
Ask Jacob about he knows about the crypto and that. I think, and he was on D Live too, so he knows all of that.
Yeah, PewDiePie moved over there.
Cool.
I've been told to go to D Live.
You have been told that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they don't filter your content like the old YT here.
Like it's better, or did they say, Ganna, get out of here, go to D Live?
Get out, go to D Live.
Yeah, it's like
I'm kind of on YouTube though.
You know what'd be good for you is D Live. No, not you, God. I'm just kidding. I can see somebody saying that to me.
Try
Though.
it, but
Me too.
Yeah, well, I'm open to, you guys have known this for a while. I'm open to any sort of alternative to this. I have a sneaking suspicion, especially given what I know, that some of the reason I'm not getting pushed forward in the search results is because I have been very critical of YouTube.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I knew that going in, but I also know a lot of the other reasons that I wouldn't be either.
But also, is there any truth, because I've heard Andrew say this, that live streams themselves are not what YouTube wants?
Well, I'm not going to go into that because I am tomorrow night on tomorrow night show.
All right.
And I'll go through all of that because tomorrow night show, and this is a good time for me to plug. Let me pull up the thumbnail.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. Is it shameless if it's on my show? Huh?
No, go ahead.
No,
that's
it's
okay.
fine. Self-promotion.
Self-promotion, yeah. So yeah, tomorrow night show is going to be a deeper look into search engines. Like I said, most of you guys know that I've been a search engine optimizer for the better part of 25 years. In fact, I was optimizing for search engines before it was even a term. And the more, but it was never YouTube. And I've just learned so much from that experience, applying it to YouTube. And I want to talk about the differences between the two in hopes that you guys will walk away with some more information than.
Feel like we should pay you.
No, pay me if you want, but.
Take our money, Jim.
Speaking of shameless
perfect time to put up the link.
Mike, tell them everyone about my upcoming stream about my open coming Mike night and how you're going to be helping during the stream.
Am I?
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, one thing, Jim, the other Jim, with as far as like live streams go and that, some people said, no, that they're not, but you notice whenever you look at your subscription page, they put all the live streams up at the very top.
Yes.
You would think, if they weren't going to prioritize that and want it to go away, that they would kind of just hide it or not show it. But in your notifications and at the top of your subscriptions, all the people that are going live are always showing. I think what they don't want is like just random people going on silent streams, but like a show like this, I think they want more of that.
Yeah.
LBRY was the one I was talking about that was connected also to crypto, which I have not used or delved into at all. But I've started my own book mark, if you will, of all the other ones. There's this something called Lightstream and D Live and B Live, and there's a lot of them out there that this one's just so easy, so we use YouTube.
Yeah, and it's where the audience is, right? I mean, it's by far the one that has the most. Well, I want to call it street cred, but it's literally a household word.
800 million.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it can't be ignored just yet, and I would never jump off wholeheartedly.
Well, here's the thing too: if somebody searches Google, which is the largest search engine for something, you think they're going to be popping D Live up in front of any YouTube streams?
Precisely.
Right.
Not going to happen.
No, it's not. It's not. So it is the 800-pound gorilla that we can't ignore. But that doesn't mean, because, some of these tech companies have come and gone. I could name you at least a dozen right off the top of my head that were top of their game, top of the list, and just as far as the internet goes, were just dominating. And they are gone.
Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Well, there's one. Yeah, that's a brick and mortar, but that's one of them.
Well, you had Radio Shack in the UK. Sorry, I got all excited.
Mhm.
Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was a
American
great
stores.
store. That was a great store where you
It was.
could pick up all your little inventions, all your little tubes and resistors. You can't do it anymore.
Yep.
I got my
Yeah, you
first
can't go
ever
anywhere, you can't
radio
buy it.
control monster truck from Radio Shack when I was a child. It was the biggest monster truck I've ever had in my life.
We didn't like that they had toys and everything. We're into like gym into electronics and all the little stuff you couldn't find anywhere. You could go in there, and it was
Could
like all the
always
toys and
find
stuff
it.
were like taking up space.
Yeah.
I bought most of my weather radios from that store.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was where you got yours. Yeah.
I'm a big weather geek, so I got 3 here. Maybe 4, I don't know.
Yeah, they were the place, but they did
getting-
was they forgot to take into account the internet. Literally
Yeah.
forgot to. It's like, what? You can buy stuff on the internet now? Hey, we should be
They're
doing
way
that.
behind,
People have been
way
doing that for 15 years, dude. Yeah, it's just like the major auto manufacturers back in the 70s and 80s. The Japanese were nipping at their heels. And they were so arrogant that they didn't do anything about it. So they put out crap. And then when they started getting beat,
tariffs.
yeah. And then
The tariffs stop them.
exactly. But they started putting out crap. And then when they started getting beat by the Japanese because they started making them over here, well then the bean counters came in, stripped them clean, and then the cars were even more crap. They just fail to recognize your landscape. That's
How many jobs were lost on that one? Huh?
oh man,
What's a bean counter? Someone who counts beans?
An accountant
an accountant.
decides that you're not making enough money for what you do.
Yeah, always trying
other
to
guy
cut
is.
costs. Mm-hmm. Cut costs, maximize profit at the expense of your product.
You call them bean counters.
People are not counted in that.
Nope.
It's just money.
Well, they are in that they're an expense, and then they're also
Yeah.
expendable. Yeah.
Right.
And it's just sad. It's just really short-sighted and sad. Talk about not learning from history. Good Lord.
Efficiency experts.
Efficiency experts. Yeah. So-called, I'll say.
Apparently, it's used in the UK as well. I've just never heard that terminology. I feel so naive right now.
Well,
Oh,
you're too
no.
busy putting your beans on toast.
I love beans on toast. Oh, Mike, beans on toast, golden brown, takes it like some. Then get your beans, chuck them on. Then, my angel, I'm talking about baked fucking beans, mate. Then you have your beans, then you get some grated cheese, and you sprinkle that on top of the toast, and then get a bit of salt and put it on top. So you've got toast, golden brown with beans, with sprinkled cheese and sprinkled salt. Come back to me, you'll love me. Thank you, you're welcome. Now, Angel, talk your shit.
Who thought of that? Who thought about putting beans on toast? You had to be really friggin' out of stuff in the cupboard to come up with that one.
My mom ate it.
There's the
Beans on
country that
baked beans?
you have a
She
president who
makes
thinks
baked beans and put it on, and she makes a baked bean sandwich.
My can of baked beans because you have that maple
Alexa,
brown sugar
stop.
sweet taste to you.
Well, isn't that another term for hamburger over gravy, or as what we call it, SOS?
Shit on a shingle? You can say shit.
That's probably the cleanest word we've had.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, I'm very clean.
No, I appreciate that, Nor, but
Still,
yeah.
Practice
That shit don't matter, man.
Shit don't matter.
Shit
Patty
don't
said
matter.
she loves beans on her bread. I never heard of it.
We put hummus. Put hummus on our sandwiches.
Yeah, see, I don't eat that either.
That's ground
Oh,
up.
that's just hippie shit.
Hummus, tofu,
What
none of that.
Oh man, I was never so shocked as to go over to London and see in like a fast food breakfast joint beans.
Oh,
They serve beans with that.
Cookie.
A silver spoon restaurant. What? Did you go to like a cafe or what did you go to? 'Cause there's so many types of establishment.
Honestly, I don't remember. It was I think 2003. We ate at so many different places. I just remember looking up, and beans was a side item on breakfast.
All right.
And I thought,
Was you served by like this? Good morning, or was you served? All right, mate.
now how am I going to remember that?
Because if they came in sounding like a chimney sweeper, it probably would have been like what we call a greasy spoon cafe,
No.
which do the best. They're like filthy establishments, but they do the best homeliest food.
That's the same way in the States.
Straight out your mum's kitchen kind of food. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, if they'd have said, "What do you fucking want?" then I might have remembered that. But you know, the two differences were indistinguishable to me.
I mean, you would have known if you went to East London.
F-bombs.
Oh man, I
Yeah.
don't care. Like I said,
Tell.
what is YouTube going to do? Demonetize me? I would have to be monetized, or even want to be monetized for that to happen. So,
Jim, I want to talk to you about that.
Oh, okay.
Get monetized.
Demonetize.
We'll talk. No, I
Get
said
monetized.
they're putting ads in front of your stuff anyway. They take all of it then instead of you getting part of it.
Are you guys seeing ads in front of my stuff now?
Well, you remember we started John 2020?
Yeah.
There's only 50 subs. I mean, I've actually recorded when I clicked on it an ad playing in front of that.
Really?
I haven't seen any ads.
I
I'll
haven't seen any.
I'll show you.
Yeah, you guys let me know
If
the
they are doing
moment.
that.
You guys let me know the moment you see an ad in front of my videos.
Yeah.
'Cause
That
you
would
can
actually
shut that
be
off as
quite-
well.
That would be quite disgusting,
No,
actually.
you can shut off. I leave them on.
Yeah, I've shut mine off. I'm almost positive I have. If not, then they've fucked me once again, and they've turned this back on. In addition to unsubscribing me from people. I got a
do
beef
that,
with YouTube.
yeah. They do that left and right.
I got
Unsubscribe you, yeah.
I got big beef.
And you wonder,
with
I
YouTube.
haven't heard from this guy in a while or seen their videos.
Happens all
Go
the
and
time.
check. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what's worse is they keep serving me my own damn videos.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my
that's what,
recommended page. Why would you even do that? Not only that, but they serve me videos I've already watched with red bars all the way across.
Right.
Like, why would you do that? You're okay. I'm getting into tomorrow's show.
Tomorrow's. Yeah, we were talking to Alex about that today.
Hold it.
That the all-powerful Google can't figure out that it's your own video.
And they're working on their AI. So the artificial intelligence is getting so complicated, I don't even think they can use it.
I bet not.
The artificial intelligences are getting beyond. Talking of AI, have you seen that program that they recently released? The recording of those, it was, I think it was 2 AIs against another 2 AIs, and they were trying to constantly see them in their field of vision. Did you see that one, Mike? And the AIs, after loads and loads of processes, finally learned how to hide themselves from the AIs trying to look for them by using blocks and blocking themselves in so they could not ever be seen. That's like,
crazy.
it's scary. It's scary what AI is becoming.
Have you seen the stuff from Boston Dynamics?
That's a defense firm, by the way.
Is
Yeah,
that
with the
is that
robots
that
that
one
are,
where
like,
they've got
doing-
that robot dog?
Yeah, it's doing like flips and going upstairs, and they can kick it over, and it runs as fast as a freaking cheetah.
Yeah,
Imagine
Boston
already.
Dynamics, it'll scare you.
They're
imagine
pushing-
already.
they're pushing that video
Sorry,
like
Jim.
crazy. That's all I'll say. Go ahead, gamer.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just going to say, you could already put plates on armor plating on that dog, stick a gun on it, and send it into a warfield.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
It's crazy.
Sure.
Yeah, the thing is, once we get so advanced, the stuff that we started with, that they won't be using anymore. It's like the old tanks and crap. You know, any of that can fall into the wrong hands and, like I said, and still be weaponized and shit. We're moving so fast. But if you watch some of that, it is scary what it can do.
And by the way, you know, I know none of you guys are really into this, but they're making laws and rules that you can't put anything on a drone and all that, right? But what makes the news every day, and what is the American government doing, by the way? You know, they're the ones that came out with the drones, with the Reaper and all those. And now these small ones are being used by enemy states. So the horse is out of the gate, and you've got senators in the United States coming out with the American Security Drone Act of 2019. Just says the government entities cannot buy Chinese drones or drones made from foreign governments they consider unfriendly to the United States. That the horse has left the gate.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
That's
Well,
what
I'll tell you-
warfare's becoming, though, isn't it?
I'll tell you what they're doing on Capitol Hill. They're too worried about TDS to be even aware of anything.
Hello.
Or it's a
sorry,
huge
what's
smoke screen.
What's TBS?
Trump derangement syndrome.
Trump derangement syndrome.
Trump derangement syndrome.
I thought
Oh,
it said TBS.
D.
Yeah,
Okay,
TDS.
okay.
TBS, the
Nope.
Turner Broadcasting System.
I was confused.
That doesn't consume anyone but Ted.
See, the problem with them is that Trump is a businessman. He doesn't give a crap about this politics crap you guys are playing. He's playing business over here. He's over there. He's got that wall built. I saw him signing it the other day. They can keep bitching. And it's funny, all these Democrats who bitch about the wall, they all have walls around their property.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't walk up to Pelosi's house. Her wall's too big.
Who's Pelosi?
The Democratic leader.
Yeah,
I need to
Speaker.
become American because I ain't got a foggiest what any of yous are on about all the time.
Well, we
Oh,
don't know
that's
what you're
okay.
talking about with
Yeah.
the MPs.
We need to get off politics anyway. But
Yeah.
Whenever I say MPs,
got-
I always say congressmen, so you guys know.
Right.
I want to segue back to the hummus thing. Because Nora's
Let's
over here
segue back to
typing.
Jim's hole.
Yeah,
and,
the hummus and the
now we're
hummus
really
cornhole.
going back.
Back to that damn
Let's go back a
cornhole.
little bit.
But
So Trump has
Yeah.
hummus?
Nora, try some hummus. And you too, Jim. It's good
Oh, I've
stuff.
had
He's
hummus
over here
before.
Hummus in your hole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not,
hummus-
I've put.
He's over here typing. I see you typing in the chat.
Isn't hummus like a spread?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
great.
It
It's great on the right
It
crackers.
just used to be plain.
my
They've got
next
so many different
video.
flavors. There
I
you go.
probably
This is
have
hummus
had
in
it,
a cornhole.
Gonna violate your cornhole again, Jim.
I will not be violated, girl. I'll have to be dead to be violated. I'll tell you that.
I hear
Thank
you.
you, Jim, for letting me abuse your hole.
That's just not happening.
Don't knock it till you
I'm
try
not
it.
a great gamer. Thank you for letting me use your audio clip. You're amazing.
Wasn't really our
helping.
choice, was it?
For helping abuse my hole.
Yes, thank you for helping me abuse Jim's hole. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
We all want to. We want to, you know,
We
we want
do.
it. It's
We
like
all want
tossing a
to.
sausage in a tunnel.
Everyone wants a piece of my hole, tossing a sausage in a tunnel.
We all want a piece of Jim's hole.
Well, Dana, I wouldn't mind having a piece of your heart.
I'm gonna pass.
Oh, yeah, I'm out of that, too.
Oh
I
man,
thought you was going to say something.
bullet dodged there, my friends. Bullet dodged.
Straightforward. Jim needs to have his finger on the button.
I got my finger on the button.
Oh, Angel. That was a good one, dude. Oh.
Watch me freak out the chat. Freak out the chat here. Oh no, Angel, don't say that. And now we're
Is that
back.
right?
Yep, now
Is
we're
that
back.
right?
Okay, cool.
Back, all right, thank you.
Man, that was
One of
close. I almost got demonetized
Oh,
again.
man, you guys
That was
missed it.
awkward.
You guys missed it.
Hot
was
and
good.
steamy, I don't know.
Oh man.
Vintage.
At least I
Vintage Angel.
recorded this offline, so I'll be able to edit it and make sure it's available for everyone. So don't worry, folks.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I
A patty bye. Good night.
Thank you, Angel.
Good night,
Night,
Patty.
Patty.
Thanks for being here, and I appreciate it.
Patty cake, baker's man.
If you guys haven't
Joy
heard,
to fire.
if you guys haven't seen that Dragonfly video of hers, please do.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Just sit back and enjoy it, because it's nice and mellow and easy and a great story actually.
It was. Patty's video was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
I gotta go watch watched a damn thing.
She has a very nice demeanor about her,
Mm-hmm.
a very positive aura. That
Yes.
would be the best way to explain that lady.
Well
You don't. She seems like the best way. You don't see it in many people. She seems at peace.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
It's pretty captivating to watch her play that. Imbira.
Imbira Ray. Mm-hmm.
That's the one.
Oh, Jelly Duck, you're out of here too. Jelly Duck, we'll see you, Ahmed. Thanks for being here, bud. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the donations on DLive, man. I really do. You're my first on DLive. That's awesome.
I'm just gonna now. I got a clip I can cut where you just tell Jelly Duck he's your first.
Well, make sure you throw it into with the abuse my hole clip.
And then I'll cut to
Yes.
the angel laughing. Have me a whole video.
Oh yeah. Well,
This is going to be awesome.
yeah. Don't forget the it's like throwing a sausage into a tunnel sort of thing either.
Well, how did he find you on DLive?
Oh, when I did that test, Jim, and you popped in, didn't you? Toward the end.
God knows, I don't know.
I think you did. But as I was doing the test, I was asking them if they had DLive accounts or Twitch accounts to go over and chat with me so I could, try to grab those chats. And before I knew it, Jelly Duck threw me like 300. I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
Of those things. Yeah. Which was awesome.
It
Now-
equaled about $5.
Is that about
Can
$5?
you-
Thank you, Jelly Duck.
You don't know
Can
to buy
you
it.
see multiple chats?
I can actually in Restream.io. You can actually see all the chats of all the platforms that you're streaming on.
Right.
I just can't interact with them like I want to. I want to bring them up on screen like I can
Right.
with anything YouTube or anything Facebook.
Now you're going to need a producer because that could get overwhelming.
Well,
A couple of different chats, right?
not if they're all in one spot. I was actually doing some testing, and all I have to do is, because I can read them all, and then the source comes up as well. Either if I'm watching them on Restream or I'm watching them in vMix Social, everybody who chats on all those platforms comes up on one, and then I can see what source they came from. Then I can also click them and put them straight to on air as well, like StreamYards does.
But if you get a separate crowd on Facebook and you start building a crowd on DLive and here, and they're all popping up, then your chat's gonna be.
My chat could fly big time. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Then I become a Matt Christensen and pay more attention to my guests than I do the chat. I mean,
Who's Matt Christensen?
oh, he's a good guy who puts out some great videos that if you want to learn how just absolutely nuts things are over here, gamer, watch some of his one-on-one videos. He analyzes certain stories. He used to be far left, and he's since been red-pilled. And he just picks them apart because it's absurd, some of the things that are going on here. And then I don't want to get political, but anyway, he has.
Trust me, our country is just in as much as a mess, mate.
Oh, I know, man, I know. But he actually has 2 live streams. One is actually going on right now. It's a phone call-in show, and he also has one, I think, on Wednesdays, which is just a live stream with him and his co-host, which is Blonde in the Belly of the Beast, something like that.
Is this anything like Louder with Crowder?
Jim, what's the person's channel name?
Matt Christensen.
They demonetized Louder with Crowder.
Oh yeah, and not only that, but
gay guy.
yeah, they're ghosting. Well, it's even beyond that. They're ghost searching him too. You can literally search for his name, and his channel comes up first, but none of his videos don't come up until like 300. Everybody else's clips of his videos show up, or an analysis of his content. Yet another thing I'm going to bring up tomorrow night.
How is that American?
It is.
Where's the freedom of speech?
Nope, it isn't. It isn't.
And one gay guy started all this. How the hell does that happen?
Well, the one guy didn't start it all. He brought it to the forefront because Crowder's been outspoken for a long time. And
yeah, but I saw what that gay guy posted.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
He was loud and proud.
yeah, and he still does. He's now gone from Vox, as a matter of fact. They somehow he either left or he was asked to resign, something like that. But let's see. But Crowder's been that way. Crowder's been that way for a long time because it's well known that that they suppress conservative content, and Crowder is conservative.
Well, you have what's now an ebook of the words you can't say on YouTube, right?
Oh yeah,
Was it 46 pages? I forget.
40, I think.
40?
Yeah, and I would say that at least 50% of them are commonly used words and total bullshit.
Names of cities.
Yeah. If I say New York
Mike,
right
do you
now,
have it, Mike?
New York is in
What's
there.
that?
So
you have the 40-page booklet of New York. New York City is something you can't say on
Is it
YouTube.
the one you put up on Discord or something?
Yeah.
And,
that exact one.
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
soon enough, Mike might prevent me and block me from saying, "I love you, Mike."
You should be like number 1 on there, Angel. I don't know how you're not on the list.
Good night, Artist Fun.
But whenever you get the chance, Mike,
You know,
Cookies must be done. She's going to bed.
Yeah, Sean McKenna. It's like that. It's 40 pages of it, man.
Yeah, 40 pages, and they're like one words. And what it does is it puts you in. Again, I'm talking a little bit about tomorrow night, but it puts you in a review queue. Some
Takes
are
you out of
automatic.
being recommended.
Yeah, some are automatic, and some are a review queue. Like I would imagine that something like as nebulous as and benign as saying New York City would put you in a review queue, not automatically pull you out of the. But there are some like if we said guns, that's an automatic. You're demonetized, and you're not gonna show up anywhere, just for saying guns. Even if we're talking about these guns, it's like, come on, really?
Yeah. Because how would the AI know what you're talking about?
Wouldn't.
But let me ask you this: will they prevent the person who does this? Because if you guys heard just recently, the ADL coined this OK hand sign as a form of hate symbol.
Yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit. But you're probably right, Angel. It probably would.
Who's the
And
ADL?
thanks for doing it on Jim's show.
The Anti-Defamation League.
Oh, them? I remember.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, well, again, I'm giving away tomorrow night. You guys can go look for my Apocalypse show. It's nowhere to be found except on my channel.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I knew that was going to happen. I absolutely knew that was going to happen.
And
I
I
don't-
got the booklet from even before Pusa had it.
Mhm.
I forget who else was talking about it. But I was amazed at the words that are in that list.
Pusa.
Ooh, stop it.
All right, what's going on?
But then
Boston
he
show.
did
I don't
show
know.
it. I wondered if
no
it's
idea.
I didn't say it. Nope.
somebody's mowing.
I thought it was a boo, but we'll go with moo.
Carry on above and beyond. Sorry.
Oh,
Sometimes using the
sorry.
$ symbol gets you blocked.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's
So you're saying it goes into an automatic review?
Their
Well-
AI picks it up.
yeah, and it will go into a review if they, well, you've got to have a channel history of it before they'll actually review it. Otherwise, it may be an automatic push down on the results list. They're not going to tell us, but that is the general consensus.
Somebody needs to make a program that has all of these and can do a check in your video before you upload.
Yeah, well, the two buddies in the vidIQs of the world thought they did until that list came out.
Yeah.
Remember the demonetization check?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's useless. That's entirely, totally useless now, unless they've incorporated those words. And how would you even quantify that? Is what I would ask. Is like, it said New York City. Okay, you're done. You're not going to be demonetized.
Yeah, it's not. It
Or even
doesn't
if
make
it-
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
even if it goes into review, your 24-hour velocity is what gets your video going. If you don't go anywhere in that first 24 hours,
Mhm.
So if your thing doesn't get reviewed, you're not gonna. Even if they go, oh, okay, it's fine,
exactly.
then that traction's over.
And I simply refuse. I simply refuse to filter my speech unless it's in front of children. Right? I
yeah.
absolutely refuse. And I don't care because I'll take the consequences of that. I'm not a
Hey, Carson came on at 11 p.m. and he was fine for America for 100 years.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
mind if I pet your pussy, move the cat?
I don't have any isms that follow me around, so I don't care. You know, if they want to punish me for saying something like guns or New York City, or there are some even odder ones. I'm not going
Yeah.
to. Yeah, I'm not
No,
going to
Just stack
filter
up a
myself.
list, Jim.
I know.
Don't bother.
And-
We know.
Yeah, if it's to prove a point, I'm going to prove a point. I don't care. I don't think that you guys deserve that from a host of a show.
Well, people wouldn't know they're even using the words.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's like why us content creators are being punished for other things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
the bad apple theory.
I mean, with that last thing, you know, the whole thing is like, and as I was reading the news articles, like, well, they did it, so why us are being punished for their mistake?
Well, it's not so much punished. It's that any kind of lawsuits tend to be tens of millions of dollars, and they're going to err on the side of caution and say, no, we're not going to allow all this, even if we have to go back and cherry pick, and it's going to cost, you know, that they're not going to just say, okay, everybody's
Police.
you know, right themselves, and then they're going to trust everyone because they know how that goes. That, you know, we all, you know, everybody, YouTubers ruin everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so because everybody acts that way, but, you know, just by like using the wrong tags, like irrelevant tags, or, you know, like trying to put Casey Neistat into all your tags, trying to hope to get into something, you know, that they know that they can't just trust us to do the right thing. So they are on the side of caution, and anything that might somewhere down the line cause a lawsuit, they're just going to say, we're just holding all of this, you know, and that's their, you know, they're not going to risk, you know, millions of dollars in lawsuits.
Well, they just got hit for 170 million, so they're erring on the side of caution.
Yeah, that's what. So it's not much of punishment. It's them watching their bottom line. It all comes down to money.
It does. Well, and I would add feelings as well, which is a whole nother animal, you know, and at the expense of revenue, I would say. But that's a whole nother story.
On their part, right?
Oh yeah. Well, and their perception of other groups of people that, you know, they've already made. Hey, Redneck Connection, how you doing? They've already made a judgment on.
Well, Sean, you say you're a family creator, but now you see with the Child Protection Act, you don't know if they're going to cut your channel's views off or not.
Yeah.
Right? They could.
I don't think in this day and age it's safe to have child on the internet. That's just my opinion.
Well,
no, as I said, it's just my opinion. I don't mean any offense to anyone, other people. It's just
it's lazy parenting.
It is.
It's
totally.
hard to keep them off of it too.
Yeah.
It is. I understand completely, and that's why I didn't say I think it's disgusting or something, because it's not. It's just in this day and age. And you're right. You can take a photo. Next thing you know, it's been uploaded to a cloud or whatever. And you don't even know about it. So as I said, if I worded that wrongly, that wasn't as an argument. It was literally just.
No, you were right.
I don't think the
kid starts off looking at videos of slime and winds up in a whole different area before you knew it. Because of the recommend. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no doubt about that.
Nanny.
Yeah. And you know, that goes back to really a deep subject, and that is putting the power back in the family's hands.
Oh my God, we were having a huge fight about that the other night because a stupid ass show came on, documentary, saying how women's pay isn't equal to men's, but their pay is equal if they don't have children. But if they have children, they're gonna automatically take sick leave and automatically take off for the school meetings. So we pay them less. This thing could go on forever because I'm over here screaming at the TV, bring back the 50s. If all the women in the United States said, screw this, we're not going to work, they would be back to single family men bringing home the bacon. All right?
I love bacon.
All we need is women to say we're not going to work. We're going to go back to raising our kids. Crime will be cut in half. We'll be back to
Yeah, I
normal.
don't know if that'll work though. With inflation and that, lots of families have been forced to both spouses working, and that
That's what happened in the 60s.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened in the 60s. To how they got to working. You were going to be able to afford that car, and then all of a sudden, now you need it just to make the mortgage.
And you know that
A vicious cycle.
it is.
Yeah.
It is a really, really vicious cycle. And it comes down to the breakdown of the family, from my perspective, at the very lowest level there is. And
Morals.
yeah,
Don't
I
even
mean,
go to church anymore.
yeah, one of the reasons that our taxes are so high is because we incentivize single parent households, and there's nothing wrong with single parent households; they happen. But whenever you incentivize something, you also create an avenue for abuse, and that costs everybody. That drives prices up, and this is a whole discussion we probably shouldn't go too deep into.
Yeah,
but
we're getting a little deep. I want to talk about
Yeah.
hummus again.
yeah, let's talk about hummus.
Yeah, let's go back to cornholes.
I love
Yeah,
hummus
that
on
was
Triscuits.
I have so many views on that.
So I want to know how's the weather?
Yeah, the weather. Hey,
It's nice.
thing about I don't know if y'all heard, and I know Jim, you're not interested in monetizing in that, but the people who do curse a little bit and things that are edgy, you saw that the people get like a little yellow icon, that they're actually working with advertisers who have products that are more adult oriented,
Yep.
like liquor and
Yep.
stuff like that, and
Yep.
working with them because they kind of choose where to place their ads. So the people that do curse a little, or that they're not breaking community guidelines, but they're not family friendly, where they used to just straight not get monetized, now they're going to be able to get a little bit of money.
The Video Calling Show, brought to you by KY, for him and for her.
For your sausage hole.
Get some.
Since you brought that up, have you seen that soap for men commercial?
Yes, I love that.
For us poor lower class, we have to be stuck with margarine. I'm just putting it out there.
Oh yeah, the problem with margarine is, and believe me, we still buy it. Is what do they say? Is you can put that outside and even the animals won't eat it.
Well, we're not eating it, Jim.
No, it's not eating it, Jim.
Oh,
I
my
don't
bad.
want to know what you're doing.
Yeah, I
with
know that. Enough said.
it.
I mean, you could, but
My delicate senses can't take it.
Oh, I'm sure to show up nowhere in the searches after this.
Nora's down there,
we brought
Nora's
up
down there Googling it.
Yeah, we brought up the M word, margarine.
So, Mike, they're putting
Margarine.
a yellow tag on our channels?
No, when you get you're either like fully monetized, you everything's okay.
in the
and
admin
then
side.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and then they put it like on a yellow or limited monetization.
Right,
and
right.
They're gonna be, that was like almost nothing before. They're actually working because some people don't care, that it's family friendly or whatever. Like I said, there's certain products like an R-rated movie, that they say, okay, that would be, like Jim showed it, if you cuts in that, but we're not on here, talking about Hitler and
Right.
so that. But they can make it's to help with the revenue, and then it helps advertisers a little bit. So I don't know how much yet. That's still to be seen.
Is it totally implemented yet, or is that just something they're working on?
No, they're working on. It's like everything. I think they start with like some of the bigger YouTubers, and if that turns out all right, then it's going out to everyone.
Yeah.
But Mike, I wouldn't mind working on meeting up with you someday so I can give you a hug.
Cool deal, Angel.
Okay.
You're terrific.
Aw.
I think you're closer to Ghana than Florida.
Yeah, and stay in his part of Florida, not mine.
Probably.
Thanks, Mike.
About to be on.
Stay north of the border there.
Oh, well, I like that idea. I have to say that I like the idea that they would separate it that way if they implement it correctly.
Oh, it would let parents know, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they had that option, I don't even know if that's going to be part of
Well,
it.
like they used to have the check mark on Twitter.
Yeah.
But it meant verified. But I mean, if they did something like that,
Almost
you
like
could visually see it.
almost like a rating system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, if we let them do that, we'd be be so screwed.
I think
right?
they're testing it though because they're letting people self-identify themselves. As like, yeah, I may curse or whatever, but it's not, against copyright. So, like I said, if everybody gets on there and abuses it and just says yes, and they're actually talking about, then it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Something like that's tough to implement, especially on a freeform platform like this.
Yep.
Yeah. Live
Yeah, I know.
streaming?
We can see
How do you do that?
We can see how things go right here.
Yeah. I mean, I could have kept this totally family friendly, except the gamer came up and they would have not known at all.
Getting called out over there.
Yeah, I had to slip that in, but they would have not known until it happened immediately. So they wouldn't have been able to, if I were running ads during my live stream, they wouldn't have been able to determine that until that happened. I don't see how you would manage that, honestly. Maybe it flips a switch the moment, because they can transcribe this live in real time if they want to.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was live streams or uploaded videos.
Hey, Angel, hang on. Mike was talking.
Sorry,
okay.
Mike.
That's right. I was saying I don't know if it's much more about the live streams or if it's like uploaded videos and that.
Yeah. Now, what did you say, Angel?
I was gonna say, I don't know how Gana can manage being so hot and juicy because of how sexy she is.
Dude.
Oh, man.
I would take that as a compliment, Ghana.
I take it as a compliment. I'm not offended.
There you go.
Let's talk about not a great gamer sausage.
At least with Angel, you'll fucking hear him before you see him, so it gives you time to run.
Oh no!
Every third word, and if someone gets offended, yeah, that's
Sorry.
that's where it all boils down to on the feelings portion of the program. People think they have a right not to be offended, and that, of course, is not true at all.
Yeah.
I'm always offended.
Oh yeah, 24 hours a day.
I especially love it on that other medium that I hate going to. But these people will post crap like it's their business. Dude,
What?
if you don't want to see this, move on.
What other platform are you talking about, Jim? If you want to.
Facebook.
Oh, God,
for Christ's
yeah.
sakes. People will bitch about anything.
Facebook and Twitter are both cesspools.
And it's none of their business. They know nothing about the subject, but they'll just ramble on and attack.
Yeah. I gotta say that my Twitter experience as a creator has been much more, I will say, smooth and pleasant compared to my personal account, which, I tend to get into arguments with people quite a bit.
Do you find Twitter to be of any use at all?
No.
Me neither.
I love Twitter.
You do?
Yep.
But is it getting anybody to watch your videos?
Well,
maybe
because you're like almost 19,000 subs.
You
mean followers?
Followers.
Yeah.
No, I mean on
it got you 19,000.
I use all the other platforms. I don't care what people say about them. If I can take 10 people from somewhere and drive them to YouTube, you get a positive little mark from YouTube because you're driving traffic from somewhere else into YouTube.
That's true, and that's why I actually share my live streams out prior to going live on several different platforms.
Well, I think we talked about this, didn't we, Jim? 81% of mine are from Facebook.
Yeah.
Groups.
Yeah.
And that's how mine is too.
And you're bashing Facebook.
Yeah, because I hate the people.
Well, they all have a bad side, though, Mike. That's the. I mean, we can use it and still be unhappy with a lot of what we see on there.
I don't hang around in there and watch the feed or anything. I use it for I drop my stuff that I need to. I answer comments, and I don't hang around like it's a social place. I treat it like. I mean, I use Twitter, and then I use even TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
People won't even there. I keep seeing people going, "Should I open a TikTok?" Because everybody's jumping on there, and it'll be like the next Vine, but everybody's over here cringing about it and won't do it. And then when people start making millions of dollars on it, then they want to get in, and it'll be too late. Platform will go to hell.
Yeah, so I agree, man. I agree.
I use anything I can. If I can drive traffic, I do it.
Yep, I try to use them as solely as promotional tools myself, man. Honestly.
Yeah, they're all tools.
But I have,
just like us.
Yeah, but I have on occasion when I was, when I first got on Facebook, it was one of those things where you get connected with all those old people from high school and old places of business and all that.
Exactly.
Then you start seeing what they really think about things, and and then just some threads get real nasty. That's what Jim's talking about.
Yeah.
And I totally agree. It's the same way with
No,
Twitter.
that's using like a social thing. I don't.
Yeah.
Even Twitter, I don't do that. I don't. So it's I post my stuff. I answer questions, and like I said, I use it to drive. Just like Patty was here, the Creator Spotlight Show. We're going to start. I'm promoting Patty's stuff and testing it with that.
Mhm.
So I'll get on there and drop her videos and seeing how that works and how it drives traffic. So
Yep.
Yeah, I use everything as a tool. I don't need social media to be social.
Speaking of that, is this tomorrow night's show? I stopped posting on Facebook for a day. In other words, I'll post on here first to see how many views it gets. And then, Mike, you said 24 hours, but then I'll drop it on Facebook, where I get 81% of my traffic from, to watch the videos. Is that
the minute that you drop it on YouTube, when you have it published,
right,
you should be driving traffic from everywhere else, because your first 24 hours, if you get that velocity going and you're driving traffic from other places, that'll help pick it all up. You don't want to wait till next week or whatever. YouTube, the algorithm's trying to figure right off the bat, putting it out and figuring out your click-through rate and everything, and how it's going, and your comments and your engagement, and it's putting all that together. And if you put it up and there's not that much going on, then it's not going to give you any impression.
So I'm doing it wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do, as soon as I drop it, I go to all the other ones, or even the day before. Hey, I'm dropping a video tomorrow, and get them ready. And then when it's published, drive people, give them there as fast as possible, and then you can screw around next week. If you can always take a trailer, you can always push a video that you've done a month ago. You can go drop a trailer about it again and talk about it. But when you first upload your video, you want to drive as much traffic as you can right then, as soon as possible.
See, and I was waiting, like, let me see how much it gets from Facebook. Let me see how much it gets, if anything, from Twitter. Let me see what it gets from YouTube. I was just doing it that way.
Yeah. It's the shotgun approach. What Mike's talking about is they are testing it. As soon as they see that the new video has gone up, if they see it getting traction right away, then they will literally start pushing it harder. I'm not saying they're going to throw it at the top, but they will certainly start pushing it harder. And I've done a few experiments myself in that arena that we'll talk about tomorrow night.
All right, so it is tomorrow night's subject.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of driving traffic, Mike, can you contact Jacob Bullitt, the Feedback Friday stream that you do with him every Friday, to see when he can try and help me with my channel tags?
Why don't you just talk to Jacob? He just get on YouTube. He's not a star. You can talk to him.
Yeah.
He's live streaming. He's like gaming and on there. Jump on there and talk with him.
Is he gaming right now still?
Oh, I don't know still, but I mean, almost every day he's on there gaming.
Yeah.
Jump on there.
Well, it's just I haven't received a response from him, because I said to him that I follow him on Twitter, and he doesn't have his Twitter set up to where I can instantly message him. I think in order for me to message him, we have to be following each other.
Well, that could be the old take a hint thing too.
Yeah, might be a reason for that.
You know what I mean?
He's not following me either, Angel. So don't worry about it.
Nobody follows me.
Just tweet at him. Just jump in his live stream and spam him.
How you doing, Adam? Crap, my dad makes me watch. He says he's not a tool, and I would agree, Adam.
Just let you know, Jim, I tweeted the stream out for you.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. And listen, I've said this before. I can't thank you enough, actually, Nora. If you guys have creators and they throw up a video that you really like, one of the best ways you can help them is to share them to as many platforms as you have, because that is yet another tribe that gets exposed to that same content. And if they do what we were just talking about, if they make the trek over and watch it, that counts big time in that first 24 hours.
Now, what about if they're watching the video? Well, no, even if they're watching the video, let's say on Twitter or Facebook, they're actually going to be brought back to YouTube anyway to see it, right?
Not necessarily.
You know how the video pops up on YouTube and Twitter?
Yeah, you'll
do that.
Yeah, that I wouldn't.
Don't do that?
No, they do get credit, a reduced amount of credit for watch time, but you don't get any credit for the drive.
Jesus, I'm screwing up everywhere.
Dude, get your thumbnail that you upload to YouTube,
Yeah.
and when you tweet, say, "Hey, come check this out. I did this, or the morning sunset, or whatever, or sunrise," and then put your link to YouTube. But you can also put that thumbnail instead of embedding the.
Use the thumbnail to drive instead of embedding the video.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? I'm sorry.
I don't know what the hell.
I'm watching the Mustache Patrol upstairs there.
Is there something wrong with my?
No.
Y'all making fun of me?
No, the two up top. They're actually doing their finger stashes. And they were kind of doing this thing earlier, some sort of Zen thing. I just want to know what was going on.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. We were being silent. We wasn't interrupting.
No, you weren't.
We're sorry. We're trying to teach you something.
Go ahead.
I'm learning a lot. I find this a highly informative stream.
Yeah, I learned I'm screwing it up.
I also love hydroponics, especially NFT and cocoa.
Cool. I like to mix them together. It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
But you see, Mike, now, I watch your channel. How come you never told me this stuff before?
Didn't ask.
I blame you.
You gotta ask. You didn't say please.
No, I don't know. So how many other people are there like me? I'm sure there are plenty. Let me test
millions.
out and see how many I'm going to get off of Twitter or how many I'm going to get off of Facebook. We know the analytics are there, but we want to see it.
Yeah, millions,
I'm just
Jim.
going to point
Millions.
out. No, I'm not going to say that joke.
Okay.
What are you doing down there?
Nobody takes it personally. Go ahead.
No, it's not. It's an adult.
What was that?
That's something to do with margarine.
Oh, no.
I'm stuck in the basement with this guy.
You're on the top floor.
Yeah.
We're in the attic. Oh yeah. Help.
They're so. I went to a podcasters meetup at my old studio, no less, last Tuesday. Good. It was good to see that nothing had changed at my old studio. It was a sad return visit though. But there was like I don't know, 15 people there. They were either doing Angel.
What?
Yeah.
What the fudge?
He just sneezed.
I know. It's just like.
I just sneezed.
All right. So there was about 15 podcasters and wannabe podcasters there, and not Angel. If you're gonna, if you're gonna.
Look at Jim's patience.
Angel,
Wondering.
if you're gonna sneeze, bud, will you mute your mic, please? I'm trying to make a point here, and it's a very important one.
Sorry.
That's okay. It still amazes me to this day how little people actually know about SEO. It astounds me, which is one of the reasons I want to have the show tomorrow night. But Jimmy, you're exactly right. There are thousands of people in your same shoes. They don't know all those small things that could help, right? For those people who really want to go that extra mile, that's devastating, absolutely devastating.
I've never heard those things, and I've listened to a ton of shows.
Yeah.
Man. The Two Buddies, the VidQs. You don't hear this.
No. Well,
not what I just learned in the past 5 minutes.
Well, for instance, Mike and I will probably disagree on this, and I know Jacob and I already do. I don't put any credence in tags at all. At all. I've got channel tags, and I've got a group of tags that I use that are entirely relevant to the show, but I don't customize them for the most part.
Show.
Yeah. I have for certain shows like the Michael Price interview and Crystal Vanner, because I get a lot of traction on Crystal. But for the most part, I don't do anything with tags, and I'll tell you why. It's because they've been depreciated. Two YouTube employees have been put on video saying that they don't look at them near as much as they used to. What that tells me is that they're on their way out. They're absolutely on the way out because people are just abusing those. If tags worked the way they should, I could put 4,000 instances of boobs or some sort of different variation of that, and I would be the top search engine for some the pervs that would be searching for that sort of stuff. It doesn't work that way. In fact, there have been tests, and I'm going into tomorrow's show, but there have been tests on that that have proven that they do zero. And
We just talk long enough, and we'll be right into tomorrow's show.
okay,
true, too.
everybody,
It's
we'll just
midnight.
chant boobs, boobs, boobs. No.
No, but then if you do have an irrelevant
Boobs?
tag, and the algorithm figures out
Boobs.
by
Well,
the
you know
time.
what? Well, you know what? Well, sorry, guys. But
Hold
you know
that
what,
thought,
Jim?
Mike.
But you know, Jim, I think what Mike just said, it might be a sign that it might be time for you to end the stream for the night.
Yeah, okay. Now, what were you saying, Mike?
What do you say?
No, I was saying if we talk long enough, it'll bleed right into tomorrow's show.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But yeah, but if
Finish it.
that's all right. I was just saying, that we're not saying it's totally irrelevant. Like I said, it's less. And like I said, everybody's out there. We all make, we know we do great content. We do tags, titles, description, but any little thing that you can get a little edge above everyone else, because there's millions of creators doing the same thing.
Was that Creator Insight or Creator Live that just went on and was talking about the new AI and how tags weren't important?
I thought it was
They were
Insider.
saying, they were
Insider.
saying that they're going to go and start analyzing like frame by frame, and the AI is going to be able to figure out what your video is about by what you say in your face. It can tell if you're smiling or if you're not, and it's going to figure everything out. It can tell if you have like wine bottles, or it'll know what it's about.
Jeez.
But it's not to that point yet.
What's he doing? Look, that's him face.
I'm fucking with the algorithm.
Yeah. Or it could be, Jim. Maybe it's not talking about YouTube badly that you're not getting pushed. Maybe you didn't do your tags.
No, that's not it. I guarantee you that's not it. Because I actually have examples of why that is not it, Mike. And
Yeah.
There are people with
tomorrow's,
nothing
that's
on their
tomorrow's
about
show.
page.
Yeah.
Nothing on their about page and no tags, and they still get
No, yeah,
thousands.
some do, like I said, but it's not totally, because there was one lady at the Vid Summit that worked at YouTube Search that talked to Andrew Can from TubeBuddy,
Right.
and he had a couple of minutes, like 5 minutes talk with her, and one question he said he did ask her was about tags being relevant, and she said, yeah, they still are, but not saying that they're the top thing, and that's not all they look for, but that was someone who works in YouTube Search.
Yeah.
So
To what way?
yeah, so we'll see. To me, if there's a chance, and it takes me 10 extra minutes to figure out a couple tags, and it might give me a little extra edge, I go ahead and do it. If they said no, it's totally not anything, then when they went from Creator Classic to Creator Beta, they would have just left that out. It would have been that simple. They wouldn't have integrated the tag system into the new thing that we just switched into if it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'll throw a caveat into that, Mike.
Yeah.
In that, here's what happened in the early days of web design. Keywords, the meta keywords that were in the HTML code were extremely useful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they were abused, and then the search engine did exactly what we're talking about right now. Oh yeah, we use tags. We don't use them as much, or keywords as tags, metadata. We don't use them as much anymore. Now we don't use them at all. And right now we're in that middle point, right? And my argument would always be that and not only that, once they said tags, the meta tag keywords has been depreciated, we're not paying attention to it at all. There were tests run, and even relevant tags could work against you.
Wow.
You see what I mean? And the reason for that is because there's only so many times you can put in the phrase, I don't know, give me a video. I'm going to use
Sausage.
infinite moi here.
Cornhole.
Sausage. No, a phrase.
Sausage in your cornhole.
It's got to be a phrase. That's another thing that people miss.
Sausages.
Yeah.
Like drone videography.
Okay.
Is that a
Drone
phrase?
videography. Yeah. So if I put high level drone videography, clear drone videography, Darwin, all those different sorts of keywords in my meta keyword tags, it would count against me because it would be looked at as spamming. And that's where tags are going. I guarantee you, man. I guarantee you. Watch it happen.
Yeah,
Learning from
all
history,
of the
I've
words,
watched it happen.
all of the words that keep coming out are going or not as relevant, and it's not that it's totally not relevant. So that's where I come from. If I can take an extra 10 or 20 minutes
Mhm.
and stick a couple of tags in, if that gets me 10 or 20 extra views from somebody that's organic, that hasn't seen my stuff, to me, it's worth it.
Sure.
But
And like next week it might not be relevant, and they might just take that out. But if it's there and it doesn't take me like 4 hours to do research, I take any extra little advantage that I can anywhere.
Yeah,
But
and
you've got your standard channel tags that you leave in, right?
right. And there's nothing wrong
those
with
are
that.
in.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is that my fear would be that down the road it could hurt, and unless they eliminate those from display, then we'll be screwed. I'm erring on the side of that caution because I know for a fact that they don't influence searches.
Yeah,
I know for a fact that they.
if we're all like small channels, what can you hurt?
Well, that's my point. If they depreciate, let's say they're all blowing smoke up our ass, and right now they're looking at them saying, "Oh, okay, these are being depreciated because these guys are spamming the shit out of them, and we don't even know it." That is not a fear. I mean, I don't really give a shit, but that would to me would be a fear. Whereas, here I've got a phrase in there that is totally relevant to my channel or content, over and over and over with different variations.
Right,
now I'm getting
right,
penalized,
right.
and I don't even know it. I'm not going to go down that road because it happened before, and it could happen again. Which is why they may be leaving this tags up and giving us mixed messages. And I'm laying that out there so everybody can make their own determination. But I don't.
I'm not telling anyone they have to do anything.
Sure.
What I'm saying is that if I see there's anything that I can do, if we're all in a race, and I got something that I can do to get a little advantage, like kick you in the shin or something, I might do that.
Yeah.
But what he's saying is me putting in photography and videography in every tag could be killing me,
or just the majority.
Doing a bunch of different tags. So I use them, like I said, and then like I said, when they come to the point where it's not when we get AI doing all of that, I think the robot's gonna freaking kill us anyway. So.
You're not wrong about that, man. Skynet is right around the corner.
Because if you get AI analyzing your thumbnail and then the video separately, I mean, holy Christ, right?
Yeah.
Who am I trying to please now? An artificial looking at my thumbnail or an artificial looking at my video?
Right.
I don't know.
And I'll save my final statement on that for tomorrow night.
All right.
Okay.
Because there's literally two things that I want everybody to walk away from that, whether or not they decide to optimize, over optimize, or under optimize. I've got 2 points that I really want to leave everyone with that they can use real time. So
cool. Hey Jim, I like coming on and disagreeing a little.
Oh sure, man, it's fun. I mean, we get to learn other people's perspectives, and I get where you're coming from. I totally do. It's just I'm not that confident in the powers that be. So I tend to err on that side of caution, if you know what I mean.
Too much of a consensus now instead of there being a power.
Well, that and they're anything but transparent unless somebody steals documents, and when I start seeing documents start spilling out with all these things that you didn't even think they would conceive, like the list. Then I and watching real world results, I look at it and go, this is a mess. This is an absolute mess. And
well, one thing I have done is taking like my old videos that have like just plateaued and aren't going anywhere, and I do go back in the tags and like switch them around the priority and get rid of some and maybe add a couple, and then do another one, and I'll let that go for a couple of weeks and see, and some of them do gain a little more traction.
Do you do anything else?
I mess around. Not at the same time. I don't go in and switch that and the tag. I'll go in and just switch my tags around.
Yeah.
And then the next week, maybe I might go ahead and switch like a thumbnail or something.
Yeah, and I wonder.
I try not to do everything all at once.
Yeah, and I wonder how much of that is just triggers the index spider to hit it again and say, "Oh, something's changed. Maybe we'll try it this time." But we're not gonna show it for any of those tags.
And see, that was my reasoning for hitting different platforms at different times. Exactly what he's doing. And yet I'm wrong and he's right. So hopefully this is talked about in tomorrow's show.
Probably you will.
Well, you were right. You're just going about it a little bit different, Jim. You're right in doing what you're doing.
I don't like change.
You're screwed.
You're screwed.
Life.
It changes all the time.
Normal?
You got to adapt.
Yeah, life is full of changes, my friend.
Is that normal? mean, come on.
Because I'm talking about this, and it might be next week, and I might not put another tag in.
Yeah, yeah.
I said I go with the flow and see what's working, what's not, and then when it's taking my time and it's not working, then I move on to something else.
Right.
Best way I find to get views is I put my mask on, I run into my local town centre, I just run up to random people, violently shake them and say, "Watch my fucking videos!" and run off to the next one. I get about 10% retention.
And 5% of the neighborhood cops looking for you.
Yeah. Oh, you just broke my next joke. Yeah. All right, there you go.
Oh, man.
I got a question. How come live streams are getting more views than your regular videos?
Why is what?
Mine don't.
Why is what?
Say it again.
You know, your normal day-to-day videos that you publish.
Why is what?
Why is live streams getting more videos than your regular uploads?
I was told that live streams don't.
Getting more videos? What do you mean by that?
More views.
My regular videos get more views than my live do.
Well, it seems like my live streams get more views than my videos.
Well, you're getting a little
I get
bit
more
of
watch
engagement.
time.
Yeah,
But
mine,
I don't
you've got
have
like
the
a bunch
same
of
amount
friends
of
and that come in.
individual views.
mine get more views
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, but like my hydroponics channel, I've got like each video I put up will get thousands of views. But
Mhm.
my live streams, if I go live, I'll get like a couple hundred views, and then it just stops because nobody's going to come back in and watch that. But the other stuff's evergreen content, and it'll just keep building and keep building and keep building.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll come back and watch your video, but they won't come back and watch the live stream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I lose about 10 subscribers every time I go live.
Do you
They
really?
like me. Yeah, they're like, Jesus Christ, they like watch my cute little videos I'm making that, but when I get on there and run my mouth for an hour, they're like, I'm out of here.
Well, I don't know about the
I
rest
lose
of you.
subscribers too.
Yeah, I don't know about the
When I go
rest of you.
live.
For the last month, I have
Really?
several people that I talk to who are just stagnant right now. I've been sitting in
Yeah, the
the
last couple of months have been terrible.
I've been in the 800s for 880s for the last month and a half.
My channel, I
That
was getting
blows
like
me
50 subs a day and about 4,000 or 5,000 views per day. And within the last couple of months, it's gotten down to like 10 to 15 subs a day, and like 1,000, like 1 to 2,000 per day. So
Yeah,
I don't want to seem like the naive guy.
450 down to 150. Go ahead, Jim.
I'm sorry to step on you, brother.
No, that's
I didn't want to seem like the naive idiot, but what I was talking with somebody else that day, and he went into the what's the one that says how much your channel's worth and all that?
what your analytics.
Yeah, but it's another
Revenue?
site.
Social Blade?
Social Blade.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You watch the spikes on people's channels, and this guy said to me, and that right there is when they bought 500 views from eBay, and this is where YouTube found out they bought them. It's probably going to go into your tomorrow's show, so I'm going to shut up now.
Not that portion. No. I'm not going to go into subs. No.
It's just the last
That's a
couple of
different
months.
day.
I've heard from like bigger YouTubers and smaller, like all different sizes, that they just said everything's kind of stagnant. Like, where they were like all growing like up to then.
Yeah.
Like mine's hard to tell because gardening. Nobody wants to think about gardening when it's 100 degrees. So I go through little seasons. But it was like, went from like 450 a month down to like 150. And then it starts to go back up and start to pick back up now. But the last couple of months, everything just kind of, I've heard lots of people even tweeting that I don't even know, like, have you noticed something? And
Oh, really?
who knows? Maybe they're implementing all the stuff from what the hell was that, Article 13 and everything. Maybe they're not showing our stuff. Maybe there was a bunch of people from Britain that were watching my stuff that aren't anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Except Gamer doesn't watch my stuff.
Oh, is that a personal dig, is it? Let me tell you this, mate. I come into your lives, and you know I do.
I know you do. No, thank you.
But what I don't like is when people go on live panels and they go, "You don't come into my stream. Go fudge yourselves, you Bernie Sanders supporters. I am not being told where I am and I'm going at any time of the day." I'm done.
Well, looks like Alpha Haynes been stagnant as well. Yeah.
And that wasn't a dig at you. That wasn't a dig at you, Mike. That is literally to about thousands of people who every day hassle me to go on their shit, watch their shit. And I'm like, I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a twat in a fucking mask. Leave me be.
But you're so popular.
Mask?
Yeah,
What are you talking
everybody
about,
loves you.
mask?
If
What?
I was as popular
Everybody.
as with my blooming views, and like if actually had people like subscribing without, like I'd be sorted. But like, hey, that's
You
gamer,
bring
come
in
here
the
and all
views,
that.
though,
Oh, you know what?
to their channels.
YouTube can go and suck an egg.
I think that's been the theme.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yes, but it's been building up inside me all stream, and I didn't want to say anything.
It's been building me in for the last month.
Jim, you just invited him on here for the views. I knew it.
Exactly.
I keep as clean as I can up here. If you want to hear abuse, you want me and WTF Mike on the same panel.
No.
He even declined to come up because of that.
Then you will hear the worst fouled tirade on earth. Yeah, so.
I did see that
Gamer's
comment
awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
though, where he said, "I don't think the world's ready for the two of us."
Right, we can say whatever we want to each other, and you was like we're talking about easily offended. It doesn't offend us because we know it's not serious. And you know, as what you was going on about earlier, we can literally say anything. He can abuse my blooming dead mother for all I care, and I know he's not being serious, so we just see it as just what it is. It's just humour. It's just two guys talking shit to each other. You know, there's no reason to get offended. But as you guys were on about earlier with the whole offended thing and people saying in chat, we do have to be careful on this platform because there's going to be people, whatever you say. You know, that's why I have to be careful on Jim's because I don't want to say a Pope joke and then Jim's channel gets shut down. So, you know, there is a line and you've got to be careful. And just to anyone who gets offended over a Pope joke, I'm Catholic. So, you know, it makes it even more better. But it's just, it is. It's just, you've got to be so careful these days. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to say once more, YouTube, sirs and madams, suck an egg.
Jim pop off? Oh, yeah. Well, that's probably okay because here we are at 12:16. Yeah, it's time to shut her down, I think, and reconvene tomorrow night. Yeah, guys, it was a good conversation actually, and I'm pleased. I'm feeling so much better than I did when I started the stream. So thank you for that.
I'm feeling somewhat lower.
Thank you for having us, Jim.
Thanks for having us.
Anytime, guys. You know you're always welcome. I love you like you were family.
Gamer, thank you again for helping me with the video.
And
great. Thank you.
Mike, thanks again for helping me with my stream this week. We'll discuss more about it as the week goes along.
Anytime, Angel.
All right, guys. Have a good rest of the evening, and we'll see you next time. All right.
All right. Good night.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Can they still hear us?
They can't now. All right, folks. Another Sunday Smash in the books. Good conversation. We touched a little bit on what I'm going to touch on tomorrow night, and of course that will be just about everything you want to know about search engines as compared to the YouTube search engine. And I'm looking forward to that conversation because it's something that's been on my mind a great deal ever since I started this venture. I'm coming up on a year now, and as I've made it no secret that I've got a beef with how this thing is run, and we're going to go over some of those. I hope you join us. But aside from that, thanks to all of you for joining tonight. I want to wish you a good evening. I want to make sure that you treat others the way you would want to be treated. If we all did that, this world would be a better place. Have a good evening, folks. We'll see you live.